Hey, what's going on, everybody? Take two. Welcome to 2021 NBA Draft coverage live from Losing Us. Happy to be back here. We did this last year. Really enjoyed it. Look forward to engaging with you guys a little bit more tonight. So, whatever you choose to get at, feel free to download, ask questions, what have you. Want to song. Most likely in the second round, we got time before everything officially starts to get some questions. Again, we got Carter Baby Jr. randomized. What's the Carter Jr.? Yeah. Well, yeah, all right, so we got some trades going on already. The analysis has begun. We talked a lot leading up to this. You know, we made this all out of this chaos. We're off to a good start. I'm on board. But we'll see how everything shakes up. What's the biggest thing that jumps out to you guys in terms of what already happened, or what's been rumors you have thus far?
The big rumor is Russ in the move. You know what I mean? Possibly tonight. You know, who's Contagious Caldwell Pope and Montrez, but you know that isn't as yet. You know, that would be interesting to go through just to see how if that's the final move for the Wizards. You know what I mean? I like them going younger, adding more depth to the roster, but is that enough to, I guess, help them win more games? And let's face it, key deal here. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's getting to the point where he wants a chance to compete for championships, and currently constructed, this team is far from it. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's the thing we're looking at. Obviously, at who Detroit would take. You know, Troy Weaver, DNB, Davis. He's not swayed by all the rumors and anything at all. He's always going to make the move that he feels best and what's best for his franchise, which is the Pistons. Obviously, KD is the front runner, the favorite. He's the number one pick, rightfully so. He has all the series. He can do a lot, but will they go that route? You know what I mean? Will Sleek can? Will Jalen Green can? You know, who knows, right? So. Those are the two things as far as you know, I'm looking at before the draft officially begins.
Yeah, the Wizards stuff, that's pretty good for us. But I don't know, man. I feel like if you're doing all this right now, you probably would have been better off rolling up last year instead of just going through the regular roll. Because, like Adele pointed out, I don't think these moves would be enough to sway Bill to remain here, because that's not a championship caliber team or team that's even in contention, and that's where he's at right now. You know, he's in his prime, and he just doesn't want to waste it. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's just a lot of nonsense going on. It's gonna be interesting to see how this plays out. Also, in regards to trade rumors, this whole Ben Simmons fiasco. To be perfectly honest, I think Philly's going to regret this. You know, a lot is being made of Ben Simmons shooting or lack thereof, and you know, what happened? Yeah, it happened, but as usual, people forget about the other side of the floor. He covers up a lot for them on defense, and it's going to be interesting to see them function without him on that end. You know, if it were me, I would try to work through efficiency instead of just falling away. But, you know, yeah, I think that's going to come back to bite them. Because at this point, it seems like the relationship is fractured. Hopefully. As far as guys coming into the league, my favorite player in this draft is probably Scotty Barnes. You know, he's a Leonard Hamilton special, man. A long, rangy, tough defender, versatile on offense. I would like to see where he goes. I feel like he's going to do well at the next level. And, you know, just depending on the situation he falls in, you know, I'm just going to be definitely keeping a close eye on him.
Like I said, I'm going to say it for the bad, I'm with you. If Philly does move, we're going to regret it. And that's what I'm going to do. I want to set the decisions that are going to just the ramifications, you're gonna feel the pain within the time because the kid is 25. It's gonna be for quite a while. You know, think about the things that you did. Should you move on from here? The other thing is, the way folks have been out here talking, even some of the other folks, not just Ben, that are rumored to be moved, are people gonna get full value? That's another thing that I'm very interested in. Because we know some people, prioritize these draft picks as the end all be all of everything. And if you go with like Darwin and Lord of the Rings, they just like precious, all I have is draft picks. At some point, you only have a basketball team, that can compete. So it's cool if you have 75 first round picks. OKC, I'm talking to you. What are you gonna do? Like if you have all these picks and nobody ever is there long enough to play with each other to form a team, what the heck is the point of having picks? You're pretty much just a farm team for functional organizations that are like, hey, take my picks, I'll take the players in my players. Cool, there's too many first, sure, come on. I would love that. But yeah, I'm here for that. I'm interested to see the teams that may be playoff runs, how they benefit from a draft like this. Bad teams are bad for reasons. Are the bad teams gonna, are enough bad teams gonna capitalize on the opportunity tonight to get better or get got by some of these better organizations? Because there's room for some of the teams that might be in the playoffs to really fix the teams on the margins just through the draft. And there's opportunities for teams that need lottery picks to strike out. You're going to be right back here next year doing the same thing. I'm here for it. I'm interested to see where everything goes. Kind of a breakdown, I think. I'm going to go tonight. Once the picks are announced, we already know Woj has been doing what he does like 6 hours ago. So we know the first 3 picks. We're going to go by the broadcast, the television broadcast. So it's going to go over, which we're going to discuss everything. Ray is going to talk to you guys about the initial fit by the player that's selected by said team. Ricardo's going to chime in with the player strength and weaknesses. A little bit of footage period. So again, just a reminder, whether it's on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Twitch, what have you, comment. We'll get back to you. We'll talk to you. We'll engage with you guys. First round will be mostly just analysis. Second round, let's call it what it is. We're going to have some time to engage with you guys. So, get the comments in there. We got one off early. All right, we're gonna check the audio. I appreciate you, Ron. We'll check the audio. We'll get right back to you guys. going on, everybody? Again, sorry about that with the audio. I think it was me and my mic. My computer does not like my mic. It refuses it. Computer is very stubborn. But we're gonna get to. We got a lot, man. And again, Juan, thank you. I think that was Juan that looked out with the note on the audio. Let us know throughout the night. Appreciate it so we can fix it because again, we are not at our respective homes like usual. Just a reminder, get over to oohsandahs.com. It's so very easy because I know we're all leaving here with some type of food, some shape, fashion, or form this evening. Uh, that's what's going to make getting through this draft that much easier. I'm speaking for myself. I feel comfortable saying it goes for you guys as well, but if not, I don't know what to tell you. I showed up for it,
So
so
it
it is
is.
what it is.
That's what
We
got me
got
in
me in
traffic.
traffic,
Quietly and
quietly and
happily.
happily.
I'm
I'm
bothered.
bothered.
All right, so I think we already know what was kind of ruined the first pick. And
And
let's
let's
keep
keep
wrong,
wrong,
which
which
will
will
be
be
fun.
fun.
So again, we'll
So
see
again, we'll
what
see what
actually
actually
happens.
happens.
Make sure
Make
they
sure they
confirm you're
confirm
on
you're
the
on the
clock.
clock.
Just a reminder of how things gonna go. We're gonna have Ray let you guys know. Again, hypothetically, if it was if it is Cade, for example, in Detroit, Ray's gonna let you know how he potentially fits as the roster currently constructed. And then Ardell's gonna let you know the other man's strengths and weaknesses. It's just gonna be that easy for the remainder of the evening, at least through the first round. And then reminder,
Hit
hit
us
us
in
on
the
the
comments,
comments,
whether
whether
you're
you're
on
on
IG,
IG,
Facebook,
Facebook,
Twitter,
Twitter,
Twitch,
Twitch,
what
what
have
have
you.
you.
And
And
we'll
we'll respond
respond
probably in the top of the second round. Get to having a good back and forth with you guys. If anybody's jumped in like Wish's Outlook or anything else that we've done, we definitely do take time to get back in the comments. So we just count down time. So we're here. I'll fall back for a second. Let's see the comments pop up. We jump on and address them accordingly. unmuting my mic would help. We'll be doing that periodically tonight, stepping away and coming back. Got a lot of moving parts. But again, we're very, very happy. Juan, appreciate you letting us know about the audio. So where to go? Yes, it is about to start. It is just about to begin. So thank you guys for tuning in. Just a reminder, whatever medium that you're tuning in on, you guys just want to talk, comments, questions, what have you, as things happen, just go ahead and do so. And we'll try to get to you guys for the course of the night, but specifically, start the second round. Outside of that, we have Raymond Lyons here, Cardo Dillon Jr. Raymond will be letting you guys know how each selection fits best with the team as well as extremely constructed. And Cardo will be sharing with you guys just some brief strengths and weaknesses. As always, toothpick. Yeah, we're gonna get to the Westbrook trade. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Once we know that it's officially done, it goes through. So appreciate you for tuning in, man. I'm not even shocked that some of y'all from Wizards out there found you here. We appreciate you guys. Depending on how the night goes, y'all gonna be tweeting through it, huh? Conversation's gonna be crazy. But we will definitely see. All right, so I know Mr. Silver's talking. We're gonna see Woj is right, like shocker, right? But we're gonna get into this. Looking forward to tonight. How many trades you guys expect? We got time to get to some stuff while we're here. We're all watching the team there. Just a reminder, we are streaming live from using Aahhs. They got 2 locations: Georgia Avenue, U Street, both in good old Washington D.C. Again, I can't wait to figure out what I'm taking home. Y'all gonna hear me talk about food a lot tonight, so you'll be fine. It's not my fault. Decided to come here and it's a reoccurring thought. All right, so if you're Troy Weaver, man, you know, one of the latest quotes he had was, "Oh, man, we won 20 games. Everyone's a fit." What do you guys think about that statement? You know, some of it's tongue in cheek, and some of it's just, factual. You won 20 games. Like, there's many different ways you can choose to go, depending on who you feel is your guy. There's several different factors you can take. So, because I asked you too, I'll start with you, Cardell. What do you anticipate Mr. Weaver doing? And then I ask you, Rex. Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely going with. I think they're going with Cade. And honestly, what's helping this case is all 6'8" wings in the league that are dominating right now. The Lucas. They got 2 of them out there, basically Kawhi and Paul George. I just think for what they have, obviously you got Jeremy Grant, who's kind of the face of the franchise. Well, not kind of, he is the face of the franchise currently. You have young Isaiah Stewart, who's a double machine. He's do dirty work. So another local prospect. That's another 6'7", 6'8" wing that can shoot the hell out of the ball. You need somebody that can feed all those guys. And Cade he's that, but he's also 6'8". That don't hurt. You know what I mean? One of his strengths is passing the ball, man. He can pass the hell out the ball. And being that size, the defense, you can see guys get open quicker. And I know a lot of people are knocking his athleticism. I'm going to talk more about this, whenever his name is called. He's a pretty good defender. He has angles. And the thing I like about it, once a guy gets a step on, he just don't quit and let his bigs try to step up and contain him. He'll back in the picture and get timely blocks. And, he just has great anticipation and great instincts and great feel for running a team. And then he's a 3-level scorer. So when you add in everything that he can do, it's hard to pass on him. It's really hard. I get the edge, but it's not how much. It's Evan Mobley. He's special. 7 foot. I think about 7 foot wingspan, athleticism. You can guard perimeter. You versatile. You see how to shoot all the way out to 3-point range. Only thing about him, he got to get a little stronger. Dang, obviously, you going to deal with Giannis. We all saw what he did in the finals. That's not an easy win. And you're going to see those guys. So he just wants to develop, and that takes time. But with his athleticism, skill, and size similar to Cade, it's hard to pass. But I just think because they need a floor general in Detroit to orchestrate everything. Killian Hayes is a talent, but we don't know. He got hurt. So we need to see what he becomes. But having him pushing the rock, Jeremy and Sadiq on the wing and Isaiah trailing and finishing inside, it's kind of hard to pass it up. Plus, he's versatile. Let's say Killian, comes on strong. Hey, you can still play KD. You know what I'm saying? You can still be on ball, but be in another position. So, it's just hard to pass on that kid.
How about you, Ray?
Yeah, I mean it's just not worth it to risk it. You know, like I mean, if you want to go with Green or Mobley, I mean those two guys, talent wise, they're definitely worthy of the number one pick. But it too more can go wrong than can go right if you pass on Cade at this point. I mean, just don't overthink it and just make it a little simple. He's right there. It's no need to no need to do calculus. We can just add. So just make it simple, man.
I'll give Derek some I'll give you question. Derek can say numbers. So, yeah, look, all these guys, I can't get in at all. You playing without Killian? Without Killian? Without Killian? Killian, hands up. It's a half you guys gather sense. Because it is defensive, how much it is. Go good old NBA. That's why we decided to have defense. Go use somebody on the show. They had it bonus. They had it 2-6, 2-15. Why not? Who are you to say no? You already got out beside limits for already fixing what you did. You did in the part of it. Even after them, yeah, Houston, what they're going to do. There's a lot of big time decisions that have to be made. The pick is in. Looking forward to seeing Here we go. See that at home. No, he's not. Quick step. One on that. All right, Grant. How does this kind of game?
Yeah, man, we just kind of went through where Detroit is. And yeah, man, this was just a simple pick. Yeah, Troy just made his job easy. Just take the guy that's there. He fits well with his skill set meshes with what they have currently, and they're a young team that's developing and building towards something. They got a lot of good pieces. So yeah, man, this was a fairly easy decision. Yeah, glad they didn't make this complicated.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew kind of where this was going, man. It's just hard to pass up a talent like this, man. Like I said, he can score from all three levels. Has a point guard feel for the game at 6'8", man. And that's something you just don't find with that blend of size and the feel and the skill set. You know what I mean? Being able to facilitate, being able to score off the bounce, score off the move. And he can even give up the ball, post up, and go to work like that. His versatility is what makes him stand out. The only thing about him, he's not the best athlete. He's fairly athletic, but he's not somebody that is going to wow you jumping out of the gym or blow past everybody like a nature or whatnot. That might be something you got to look at as far as when he go up against more athletic wings. We saw what Baylor did to him. They did a good job on him, but they did a good job against everybody. So, it might be an aberration, but sometimes you're going to have nights when you struggle, especially with him being a rookie. But those things he's just going to have to figure out how to attack more athletic wings and guards that get up under him, make it tough. You know what I'm saying? And they trying to keep him getting to his spots. But overall, man, he's gonna be triple double for the moment he steps in the league. He's gonna be a fairly effective defender. There's really no holes in his game. He's gonna keep getting better, and that's something that Detroit needs, man. They need elite talent to grow and build this thing so they can get back to what they once was championship caliber franchise.
Yeah. Again, like you guys said, no surprise here. We got to use like that. When you guys think, I can start with you. They got a lot going on. Yes. Nice way to say it.
I mean, I think they go Jalen Green as projected. You know, he had a good season in the with the G League Ignite last year. You know, it's I think, you know, guys like him and Kuminga, you know, they gave NBA teams like real life practical examples of how they fit in the pro system and against, you know, that higher level of competition. So you know, that learning curve would be a little bit shorter than, you know, a guy coming out of college. You know, they're already kind of used to that. You know, they're not at the NBA level because it's still the G League, but they're right there. So it's just pretty much the same level of athleticism. You know, bigger guys. Like I said, they're in the pro system. So you know, so he'll be able to come in and just kind of already know how things work to a certain extent. But you know, as far as Houston goes, they need a lot. So you know, there's nothing wrong with going for best available at this point. Another team that doesn't need to overthink it. You know, and he can function well with John Wall. You know, so and then Christian Wood as well. So they got some things going for them, but you know, we also had a season where last year they just decided to blow that thing up and start from scratch. So you're going to need talent and need it quickly. So yeah, that's why I see them going a bit quick.
How about you, Carter? Looking at Houston.
Definitely, Jay. You need somebody dynamic that can come in, not only keep fans on, but get it done. You know what I'm saying? And he showed in the G League in the bubble that he's capable of doing that. He has the talent, man. You know, like he's another 3-level scorer, but he's far more athletic and dynamic, you know, with his athleticism than Cade, man. Like if you get a step on you, you gotta look out. You know, he's coming to put you in the basket, and I like that he's ultra competitive. Like I see him come in and try to be. You know, I don't like turn two-way, but that's what they use now because I feel like you should play both ends regardless. I mean, it's basketball, but that's what he is. I feel like he could come in and eventually, sooner or later, be elite two-way guard. And obviously, then with Kevin Porter, man, that's just you got something there. You already, you know, Christian Wood, he just got hurt. Christian Wood came strong last year. You got something down low. You got two in the backcourt. Hey man, that's a long thing. You know that. You know, I mean, you got to come if you playing guard and you see Houston. If they draft Jalen Green, you got to come. The young boys gonna come trying to kill you. You know, simple as that. So and trying to win games. So I think you don't overcomplicate this. You go with that. You go with the next sure bet, and you know, keep making moves after that. See what you got to do after that.
I think it's a current theme for you guys tonight. Just keep everything simple. I think that taking the best player on the board. You know, sometimes it falls sports, but sometimes you know, BPA actually works out. The player that fits best. Also, that's it. You know, Silver's the podium. Who the second pick is. Hey, look at you guys. I heard like Jalen Green. There's some reasons. If you want to talk a little bit more about his fit.
Yeah, man, it's just like Cardell brought up, his just overall athleticism and his you know, just the multiple things he can do on the floor. He can play with the ball in his hands. He can play off the ball. You know, he gets after it on both ends. You know, that's definitely something that's sorely needed and can give you advantage in the league. You know, a lot of guys, you know, they're really in tune on the offensive end, but you know, when they got to defend somebody, it's a different story. You know, he can put that pressure on you on both ends of the floor. So yeah, a team in their position, they need somebody that's going to come in and not only get it done on the floor, but just kind of boost morale for the team. Having a guy like that can make exciting plays and really provide a spark, it can only be beneficial. So yeah, man, I like this pick for him. I like him going into a place where he's going to have room to make mistakes. I mean, they picking him with the number 2 pick. It's not like they're going to have him on a leash. They know what he's capable of. They've seen what he can do. So, I expect he's going to get some rope to kind of feel his way through this thing.
Hey man, he's a bucket. Let's sum it up what it is. Man. He's lethal, finding ways to get a shot off and make shots, man. And you need that in this league, man. It's hard. You see that throughout the playoffs. Certain guys can create their own shot. He will not have that problem. Obviously, he's a high flyer, so they can get out and run. Like I brought up Christian Wood. He's a big that can run, and I think that's where they're going. They're trying to build a team that can run up tempo and then swarm you defensively. Build up a more heavy team, and he fits right into that. To me, once he got acclimated to the physicality in the G League bubble, he started to flourish. So I don't think he'll be too shocked with that once he first get in the league. The only knocks on him at he could be a street shooter at times, and obviously with him being young, some of his shot selection, could be questionable. But that's what you got coaches there for, to teach him all that. But also the good thing that he's willing to take those shots because also some guys that worry about the shots they take, and that's kind of counterproductive. He can also be careless with the ball, turnovers, you know what I mean? Like I said, that can be corrected. And he can have lapses defensively. He has all the physical tools, and at left, he has a 7.5 wingspan, 6'5". He has all the physical tools to be an elite defender. But the fact is, something that he's going to have to work on. But once he works on that, and that's his offensive repertoire, like I said, he could be one of the elite two-way wings in the game. It's just gotta be want to work, but I think he will. He from what I've seen at high school, last year in the G League, but he's a dog. He wants it, and if you want it, you're gonna eventually get it with the talent that he has.
Yeah, man. All right, so we're going to the third pick. You guys going 3 for 3? You guys are clearly in sync. You guys got Wolves on speed dial. What would a sham say since y'all got it like that tonight? Or we're just seeing teams do things that make sense, which is kind of new for some of these folks. That said, third pick. Was Cleveland next?
Yeah, Cleveland's on the clock.
All right, Kyle, I'll ask you first, man. What do you think your cash should be?
We're seeing as how they're in the East, and you have your backcourt, Colin Sexton and I couldn't be up and down his name that day. Gary's Garland. You have Jared Allen there. The world champs have multiple bigs you got to deal with, right? So I think you go with Mobley. You need somebody. Hey, one big Jared Allen can't handle. I mean, look, no one can handle Giannis, but Jared Allen can't handle one of those bigs by himself, man. You still got this with Lopez. You still have your Bobby Portis coming off the bench. You know what I mean? You need size now. And not even just them. What if you run into the Philadelphias of the world, or Miles Turner to the in Indiana? It's bigs now and across the league that you have to deal with if you want to get to where you want to go. And I feel like at both leagues, he's the safest bet. Jared Allen is more of a traditional big, and a Mobley compliment him because he can do the high-low thing. He can step out mid-range hit, and even times where Jared Allen may need to go to the bench or he's in foul trouble, then he can fill that hot spot. Sometimes he can be a foul role for him. But he can come in right now and play the four without any problems because of his athleticism. He can guard the fours in the league. The Anthony Davis, and that's honestly where more of his game is tailored towards with his skill set and size and athleticism. So, defensively, he's a run protector, shot block, and I love the fact that he'll run the floor. He runs the floor like a guard. So, I think Mobley should say his bet.
Well, you're on target because Evan Mobley just got drafted by the Cleveland Cavaliers. So, Ray, if you will, about his fit.
Yeah, man. Cardell pretty much hit the nail on the head. Best case scenario, him and Jared Allen are going to be able to play together. Jared Allen is a restricted free agent, so he could possibly be moved. If that's the case, and worst case scenario, you got a unicorn in at the third pick. But yeah, as is, him and Jared Allen, they are like the prototypical front court you need for success in the league right now. Cardell brought up the high-low combination that they can do on offense, and then on defense, they just going to make it hell for everybody at the rim. Evan Mobley has a 7'5" wingspan, and he's super athletic. So good luck trying to go in there and do damage against him. But it's just he's just extremely versatile. On both ends. The thing we're seeing a lot now is guards hunting for bigs on switches. He has the mobility and the lateral movement, the quickness and athleticism to stay with those guys. If they do get in that situation. So yeah, man, it's a good pick for them. Again, let's not make it complicated. In these type of drafts, number 3 is usually the pick that's really made for you. Because if Cade and Jalen Green are off the board, then obviously you got to go Evan Mobley at this point. If you don't, then you deserve whatever misfortune comes your way. So, yeah, glad Cleveland got this one right.
Cardell.
Yeah, I kind of said it all. Again with it, man. Just an athletic big that can complement with Jared Allen brings, and automatically upgrades him defensively. I think that's where his impact will be right off the bat, man. With him and Jared Allen down there, it ain't sweet no more. And Colin Sexton is willing to defend, Garland to get up in there. So now they're gonna be even more potent defensively because now they're like, yeah, I wish we could get past him. You know what I mean? We got 2 of them back there, so good luck with that, and we can get out of front. So. But his range, once he gets stronger and his length at 7'4", 7'4" wingspan, once he had his strength and be able to knock down shots from the perimeter, especially 3-point range where the defense had to honor that, and he could spray the floor. I mean, the lob. I mean, he's the total package. When it comes to what you want in the big, and it's just up to him to be more consistent and fulfill that. But yeah, I love the pick for the Cavs. This was ideal for them.
And so far we got 3 teams, maybe 3 barely solid decisions. And you can immediately see like you guys both alluded to how things fit. It's not forced fit, it's an hand fit. Like you guys said, when you say receiving in this last final run, it is still possible to play 2 games. I know people don't care about that sort of thing. If you haven't, it kind of gives you a leg up. And Cleveland was doing that time for teams last year. This is going to go big up to the guys around. I'm not going to ask y'all to talk too much because everybody time that the pick happens, nothing. There's nothing to discuss. So we're going to fall back for a second. All right, so for the Russell Westbrook trade is Russell, a 2024 and 2028 second-round pick. The Wizards get Kuz, Montrezl Harrell, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, a 2021 first-round pick. So now they'll be picking 15th and 22nd tonight. So Wizards fans, you got 2 first-round picks tonight. I'm sure you guys will let us know how you feel about it. So I'm not even going to ask you guys. The comment section is yours. We will address it a little bit at some point tonight. But things are moving. It wasn't the person people planning on, the rumors and stuff were about heading into the draft, but things are moving. So we're going to see how this stuff shakes up. And, one of the things we do know, just because someone moved once on draft night doesn't mean that's their final destination. I think that's the safest way to say it, right? We don't know. Cardell's going to rejoin us in a little bit, hopping on a Zoom call with Cade Cunningham. So when he's done, he's going to come back, let us know, just share a couple nuggets from Cade's, media availability. All right, so the pick is in. It's Toronto, man. What are you thinking? Because Masai always is up to something. What is it? Of course, of course. Hold on, your mic was muted. Unmute your mic. All right, here you go. What'd you say?
Now I was saying, I was thinking he was going to go Jalen Suggs, but Scotty Barnes, like I said in the pre-draft, it's my favorite player in this draft class.
So you're happy about this?
Absolutely, yeah. You can't go wrong with him. I mean, he gives you everything you want on the basketball court, and then coming from the Leonard Hamilton camp, he's going to be ready to play. He's going to be a competitor. He's going to get after it defensively. He's going to be think he's mature beyond his years. So what Scotty's like about 6'8", versatile as hell. 7'3" wingspan. He can guard up and down the depth chart. Man, this is a can't miss pick. Like I know we said the top of the draft, like the first three was kind of set in stone, but if a player like this kind of sneaks in and disrupts that, I wouldn't even be too mad, man. I think he's going to be special.
I mean, the other thing, let's look at the Toronto's track record of getting really freaky athletic wings, or I guess wings. We'll say wings because they all play multiple positions. But I feel like he's coming to the table clearly with more than Siakam came to the table with, which isn't enough with Siakam. But obviously, you already over here. You were one of the top high school prospects already. You went to that machine that is for the state, and those guys have no issue transitioning to the different side of the ball. Really, yeah, man. You know how annoying that's gonna be. Like we're talking about potentially like that's OG, Scotty, and Pascal, and that's the Pascal stage. We see a lot of roles and what have you. But yeah, man, I think this is a great look. Juan RG was like, I think the Raptors got potential here. If it was another team, I'd probably be like just potential. But for me personally, because it's Toronto, we've seen how quickly they got these types of guys up to speed. It might be something where it comes to fruition but sooner or later. But again, like you said, from a potential standpoint, man, you knock it out the park. Like if you were gonna take something after those kind of like the top three, wouldn't you want something that potentially had the type of ceiling those guys have? That's within that same realm. Yeah, you got a ways to go, but I mean, look at what Siakam's turning into.
Yeah, man.
If that's the baseline, and you're starting from what, like maybe second or third year Siakam? You're starting from that point. And again, I'm not being mean, just go back, man. Who's saying when Pascal Siakam got drafted that this is what he was going to be right now? We didn't know.
Yeah, no, I love it. And then Leonard Hamilton gets guys ready for the league. I mean, that's just proven. So it's that kind of takes away some of the apprehension. There's a lot of guys that that would appear kind of comparable, but there's some things that need to be taken into account in terms of like intangibles. So yeah, man, I think he's going to flourish here.
I mean, think about the team that picks next. Orlando picks 5. That's a Leonard Hamilton got one of those guys over there. There's a Leonard Hamilton product on Orlando and Jonathan Isaac. The Bulls have one Pat Williams. Anybody remember what's the guy's name? Mr. Man on the Clippers. This man, like this is the stuff that's gonna come out of Florida State. Like Juan said, Reggie said, definitely a good look. See, not one negative here, the least bit, right? Orlando coming up next. This is really interesting because they got a new coach. They remind me of like an NFL team. This is like height, speed. Okay, what happens? You gotta check these 4 boxes, and we'll figure out the basketball later. So what are you thinking about? Like with them coming in?
I think they go Jonathan Kuminga. He was
another one.
Yeah, he kind of fits the mold of what they got going on down there. They kind of blew it up last year, but I think I think they're in a better position than people kind of realize. You know, they got some nice young pieces. Cole Anthony, you talked about Jonathan Isaac, Wendell Carter, and Markel. You know, when he comes back, you know, before his injury, he looked like he was returning to Washington for him. So I mean, you know, if he comes back, you know, close to what he was before he left, then you add Kaminga to that mix. He was the second best player on the G League Ignite team. Of course, you know, being second to Jalen Green, that's nothing to sneeze at at all, because Green had a fantastic season. But Kaminga, he's a long, rangy guy with versatility on both ends. You know, he has size, strength, quickness, and length to be able to guard multiple positions at the NBA level. You know, I think he can comfortably sit in front of 1 through 4. You know, so never a bad thing to get one of those guys on your team. You know, his 3-point shooting needs a little bit to be desired. Also, he has some struggles at the free throw line, but you know, those are things that can be corrected as long as he's willing to put the work in, which I think he is. So yeah, that's what I think Orlando rolls with.
Yeah, and if it is in fact Kaminga, um, think about what you're throwing out there physically when they're all healthy. Like that could be Kaminga possibly at the 3, Isaac at the 4, whichever one of their many bigs you want to throw in at the 5 between Wendell. We saw Mo kind of get his feet up underneath them last year a little bit too. Bamba, that is. There's so many different lineups they can run out there. But again, just from a potential standpoint, they got some guys with some quality ceilings on Orlando. Should they select Kaminga? I wouldn't be opposed to I don't know if they go guard again. It'd be interesting. But Silver's at the podium, so we see the Orlando's doing right now. Um, that's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't be surprised if you double down on the combo guard and just go Willie, right?
Yeah, you know, backcourt might be a little crowded with this pick, but it's again, it's kind of an insurance policy. Like, you don't know what Markel's gonna look like after the injury, and this probably gives him a little bit of room to ease back into things. You know, he doesn't have to come back and instantly at full force. Suggs, man, but he's a gamer. You know, I think he was the only player on Gonzaga's team last year that didn't look shell shocked at what Baylor threw at him. You know, which says a lot, because those Baylor guards are tough and they're hell to deal with. You know, he was kind of the only one that came out and could dish it back to him. And of course, we see he's made for those big moments. You know, so is not going to be any apprehension or timidness coming into the league. He's got good size. Was about 6'5", 210, or two. So yeah, man, that's prototypical combo guard size for the NBA. He's a strong guy, solid build. So yeah, man.
Yeah, the football background. That's why he wasn't tripping off Baylor. He was probably like, fine with contact, right? Because he was the only one that seemed at home. But it's another physical guard, man. Shifty and like Markel, they have no issue once they get downhill. They dish out as much punishment. They dish out more punishment than they take out. So again, if you have a backcourt with those two, the physicality you have is crazy. The other thing is you can play with both of your other guards. Whether it's Markel once he comes back healthy, or you could slide him in next to Cole. There's a lot of things to do. Again, they're taking a couple more picks. Depending who's on the board, they can double down with another perimeter player if they so choose. We're going to see. You guys can see it. It's another person that is created for others and themselves. Again, they like the physicality, man. And again, like a football team at height, weight, speed, Orlando Magic. That's all you need to know. That's all they're about. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Let's see what this has happened so far. You guys let us know if you guys surprised by any of this one, or any of them that have been your favorite. Again, we'll be 5-ish. OKC's up next. So we're approaching the 6th round pick, and Lord knows what they're going to do. I can't even tell you, man. I'm sure they'll get somebody. The only thing I could probably do is get somebody with talent. Whether they keep the kid in the long term, none of my business. Just trying to be a positive person. The one I can tell you is that they do a good job acquiring talent on draft day. Is that a safe way to go there?
Yeah. Or they might trade the pick for future picks.
Look, man, I was trying to be honest. Since you said it, that's cool. I didn't say it. You know how I feel about language there. So, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do because you got SGA, right? There's Bailey found his footing little by little last year. What's my man, Coach Krzyzewski? Unorthodox from a body type standpoint. He got it in last year, though. There's another youngster.
Lou Dort.
Luke Dort. You got young Moses Brown. They fire young talent. And as of right now, I know they got Kemba Walker, but you're talking about the young season right now. I think anybody except for Kemba Walker name given that roster from training camp because of OKC doing OKC things. But again, let us know what you guys think about everything that's transpired so far. Again, we're waiting for OKC to make this selection. Still got a lot of people on the board already. If you want to take a stab at it, what is San Antonio thinking?
I mean, Kuminga's still out there.
Yes.
You know, why not, man? You know, I think people kind of undermine like what having that pro experience.
Yes.
Does for a guy. As opposed to coming from college. It just makes you a little more ready. And he's already pretty much kind of worked the kinks out a little bit. Of course, not to a full extent. He's not the player he's gonna ultimately be. But being in that environment, that definitely gives him a leg up. On top of the fact that he's already super talented. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I don't know, man. Maybe the kid from Australia speaking of this pick, Josh Giddey.
Problem.
Yeah,
and this
man.
is the other thing. Keep in mind, OKC at 6. Golden State's right after you.
So you
do something like that's what I'm saying.
You can't mess this up. But I mean, they picking 7, so they're gonna get something good regardless. But
I'm just saying, that's kind of awkward. I'm just saying there's room for a bit of awkwardness. Should you plan to be there? That's all I'm saying, man. All right, we got what's going on, KJ Green? He said he wanted to do the draft. I know we went into this, in the past, but tonight, right now, I'll let you know a little bit, because now I got 2 first-round picks. Clearly, they might want to go back tonight. So I don't know, man. I'm interested to see what they take first and what's on the board. I do think, picking 15 or 20 seconds, you might have a chance to Davion Mitchell. You might. I'll say this: if Davion Mitchell's there, I take Davion Mitchell. I go 7th place. But OKC maybe the 5th rank. Let's see, man. Appreciate you, KJ. Josh Giddey, how about that? Giddey, coach, you have a party out of this.
Man, yeah, I think this is a great pick. So Josh Giddey he's 18 years old. We kind of talked about Kuminga and Jalen Green having that pro experience. Josh Giddey's been playing the NBL, which is effectively the 3rd best league in the world. So, he's not a stranger to the pro game. It is in Australia, which is a little different than the NBA, but still, man, he's playing against grown men with experience, and he did his thing. Similar to what we saw, what we saw from LaMelo Ball. In his short stint in the NBL, and it translated. His vision is off the charts. He can do a lot of things with basketball. man, he's just a solid guy all around. Good size, and again, he's that learning curve for adjusting to the strength and physicality and speed of the game. It's cut off a little bit because he's been playing at the pro level. So yeah, Matthews was a good pick for OKC. They got Shy in the backcourt. Who knows if Kimber's going to be there. So this could be an opportunity for him to step in and get heavy minutes right away.
I love the just the thought of an SGA Giddy backcourt, right? Like because Kobe Shevsky, as tall as he is, he's not a big right now, weighing 125 pounds. So, but I just like that the thought of Giddy SGA backcourt, like the size and the ability to play make. Like we're not important it is to have more than one playmaker on the floor in this league to have two. Essentially have two at that size, at 6'6" and 6'8", it's crazy. And also to open things up for SGA to get a playoff each other. I know the bigs there are going to be happy. And he got a chance to run with Australia during the exhibition with the USA team for USA Vegas. So he's had an opportunity. He's had a good gap year, so to speak. NBL got some Olympic bump to a degree, but yeah, man, it's a tough kid. I know Cardell's going to talk about this guy later. He loves it. A big game fan. I mean, Golden State's on the clock very anxious to see what ends up happening here. Because the guys on the board, man. I would have told you that Kuminga was there in second. What would you say?
I would say you probably should pick him, but yeah, man, like Kuminga's going to be an option for me for every team until he gets picked. He's just that talented. But looking elsewhere, I think I'm looking at James Bouknight from UConn, man.
Yep.
I think he fits what Golden State does. He's a crafty scorer, man. He had a great workout with the Warriors, so they got a good look at him. He's effective in the mid range. He gets to the basket, finisher traffic, a slasher. He rebounds really well from the guard position. He can score on ISO. Man, he's a really good player. So and he fits the mold of what Golden State likes to do. So I definitely wouldn't be surprised if they took him. Again, Kuminga's still out there. Eventually, somebody's going to be like, I mean, why do people keep passing on this kid?
Right.
Let's match him up. That could happen here. Or, we talked about him going to Orlando a couple picks ago.
They're next.
So, yeah, I don't think Kuminga's going to stick around much longer. But yeah, man, I do really like Bouknight for the Warriors. He's got a 7-foot wingspan. He's got a lot of potential defensively. That's just going to take work for him to realize that. And that's how you stick around the league. You get in there, you go to work, and you improve your deficiencies. But on that other side, I mean, he's got all the tools. And then, your fourth best perimeter defender is going to have to guard Bouknight.
Yeah,
that's tough.
What was it called? If they select him, I love that you brought him up because I know Kuminga's there. I'm kind of leaning towards Bouknight because think about it took a little while with the Jordan Poole thing, but once he came back from G League last year, he was on something different. And think about how much of an impact he had during that run later in the season with the G League season. So here's an opportunity here at some point, like play takes time or what have you, or just period. We get both of them, both of those different scorers coming off the bench. And you can play them with all your main guys, right? So they have a great opportunity ahead of them. Like you said, if it was there, I think I wouldn't be shocked if this night was off the board here. And as a crowd, you can't find anything out the window. You can't blame anything or what it looked like. Man, we've been bad for like 4 years, man. Like, he didn't get a chance to play. It wasn't one of those UConn teams where it was a loaded backcourt. Simmons, some other things, and he was the guy everybody went to go take away. All right. Some other people on the scouting report, but they want any two systems man. So different judgment based off that. Like just keep that in mind. We're gonna bring Kevin back in here real quick. Go ahead, Cardell. Meet yourself. What happened with KP, sir?
Awesome. He's excited, optimistic, very confident. He felt like he's ready to come in and go to work on the league, actually. He said he excited to come in and grow with the young core that they already had. He said he wanted to bring that bad boy mentality back to the team. We talked about obviously always thinking proud of the city. You want to carry that swag that they have from that city to the NBA and be yourself and produce. He's decided to step on the court with the greats, the Mars, the Wives, and whatnot, Irving, and he said he's going to be the next guy coming in and make a big impact. For those that may not know, his older brother played for SMU, played for Larry Brown. So obviously you see why he has an advanced feel and understanding of the game. He's obviously there a lot when his brother was playing for SMU. He said being in Larry Brown's presence, being stories, learning, watching Larry Brown was a blessing. It was just a blessing to have. And obviously he still building that skill and how mature his game is and his understanding of the game is. The elephant in the room is Heisman and Philly Days. He said, I feel how I feel it. He feels Philly will help him. Both of them are capable of being primary ball handlers. And it'd be a different look in the backcourt, but we feel like they would be successful together. So he's not coming in with my team and about to take it over. He's coming in and honestly being what he is as a player. I'm going to include everybody, get everybody home, we can do this together.
All right. I know you'll be hopping in on more media availability and draft picks. That's it. During that time, I had at the bottom screen, Golden State's first pick in the first round. They selected Jonathan Kuminga. So, Ray, let's talk about the fit. And then Cardell, talk about the strengths of this committee.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not too much that can go wrong with getting Kuminga right here, man. He's we saw what he could do in the G League last year. Then just think about defensively the potential with the front court of him, Wiseman, and Draymond. Then just him learning under Draymond and soaking up all that knowledge. With these young players, I look at the defensive end first because you need to be able to compete on that end if your team plans to win a championship. And if these guys are going to come in and make their mark on that end of the floor, then the sky's the limit. Offensively the tools are there. He does have to improve his shooting, but again, what better place to go to learn how to shoot? Yeah, he got himself to a good position here. I like the pick. Again, we said we wouldn't be surprised if he's taking the photos. So, yeah, man, good pick for Golden State.
Yeah, I actually feel like he was my favorite player from the team. I was just high on him from the beginning. He's relentless on both ends already. Jalen may be more polished offensively, but I think honestly he may have more overall potential because I think he'll come in and make impact offensively, but I think his defense is already there. I can see him being a pass. He's 6'8", 220. He got 7-foot wingspan, sick athlete. And he's fearless. He's gonna get right after guys on both ends right away. And for him, it's just a matter of range and being able to create off the bounce a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like, being a little bit shifty when defenses cut you off or whatnot. But when he gets a step on you, has a lane to that. For me, we all know we saw it's a wrap. Right now, he's a streaky shooter, but he has to become a more consistent shooter. That will come. Improve his free throw shooting, concentration. Like I said, that's part of the shooting that will come. Also, trying to remember back from the G League. One thing about him that you see with a lot of high school players is their ball stoppers. You know what I mean? They get the ball and just hold it and survey the floor. In the league, man, you got 24 seconds. You got to make quick decisions. You know what I'm saying? So you either going to attack, make something happen, or you need to mess that thing up. It's one or the other. And I'm pretty sure playing in the bubble, Bijan was on him as far as that was the things he needed to improve on. So I don't expect that to be too much of a hindrance right off the bat for too long. Obviously he's going to learn. When he's locked in, and I feel he will because he has something to prove. Uh, I can see him being one of the young players in the next couple of years, man. He has it all. You know what I mean? And he's even bigger than Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Just Jalen Green's a head offensively. So if you put it all together, man, his trajectory is similar to what we saw from Kawhi. Athletic, big wing that came in was a defensive stopper at first with the Spurs. And slowly but surely, he got better at slashing, mid range, and all that now, and off the bounce, and improved his handle slowly but surely. And then you get what you get now. He has that type of potential. It's just on him to keep putting in the work.
All right, so Orlando with the second pick, the eighth overall right now. They went Jalen Suggs at 5. They went Franz Wagner at 8. So how does he fit into Orlando with the collection of very tall people?
Yeah, it's a good fit, man. He's just another versatile forward. He plays a game with great understanding. Man, he's got a high IQ. His his IQ and length. He can be really good. He has potential to be really good on defense. Offensively, he's smart. He hustles, he cuts, he plays well off the ball. He can create and get to the basket. His lack of foot speed and explosiveness, that's gonna be an adjustment in the league. But man, he has a nose for the ball, like you see in the highlights. He's getting in there for offensive rebounds. So yeah, man, he could potentially do well here, man. Like he fits what Orlando's been doing with their big guys lately. Whether it's Aaron Gordon, who they let go last year, or also Vucevic. They just want versatile guys who can do a lot of things, and Wagner fits that mold.
We saw him all throughout the season, playing for Michigan. Obviously, I paid a lot, attention to Michigan. Obviously, who their center is, Hunter Dickinson, from the Mathis Center, you know what I mean? So, but he's totally different from his brother, who played for the Wizards here for a couple of years. He's more of a perimeter-based forward, more of a wing. His brother's more of a big. He can shoot the hell out of the ball. He's 6'10", which doesn't hurt at all. If you had to kind of look ahead to what he could be in the league, think about Rashard Lewis. 6'10" guy that scores from all three levels, understands how to play, can solid pass, a ball handler, and fairly good athlete, and is a capable defender, even if he won't be a lockdown defender. That's the type of role, if he continues to work and develop, he can be. He actually won a lot of games from Michigan with his shooting and just having just being fearless in the moment. Late in games, getting tough shots, making tough shots, man. And all these stepping to the line, like this game against Maryland, stepping into the line in a close game when Maryland was on revenge mode and making shots, man. So high IQ, obviously. Being around his brother, he got he had a foot in the door as far as what the league was all about. So that's an ideal pick, man. My thing is with him is, can he struggle with players? And that's he's gonna have to be a 3. And if he's not able to guard the 3s in the league, because that means it is what it is. You got to guard LeBron, you got to guard KD, you got to guard Kawhi, you got to guard Jason Tatum. You got to stop those brothers just as much as you try to get shots off and score on them. And score on them at 6'10", they're gonna start like, maybe it's stretch 4. They're gonna change all that. You know what I mean? So you can't look coming in. Obviously, they're not counting on him to get 30. But you have to guard the dudes that they're counting on to get 30. So you can't get negative every game, man. That's the only thing I feel like the most glaring weakness we're gonna have to see and find out if he's able to defend. But if he's able to hold his own on that end, he'll be fine.
Yeah, like you said, it's a good fit. Orlando's Orlando did well with their 2 picks already. A couple other teams have multiple first round picks. Golden State has another one coming up. So, and then Washington has two in just a little bit. Uh, Cardell's going to rejoin us in a bit, about to hop on the Jalen Suggs media availability. So we'll find out what Suggs had to say during his time with the media in just a bit. All right, so the Kings are on the clock, right? Because I'm like, part of me is like, dude, let Book Knight slide, but you just took Halliburton. You got rumors about he's out here being on the possibly, and him supposedly wanting an exit. So now that, what are you looking at ideally for the Kings right now?
Maybe Davion Mitchell. I don't know. I mean, he's the fact that he's still around. You got to take a look at him. I don't know. Could go shoot it here. Brook Knight. Given the situation with Buddy Hield. So let's see what they go with here.
About to find out shortly. So who's at the podium? What'd you say? Maybe I'm Mitchell. So that's okay. So that's De'Aaron, Davion, and Halliburton.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're looking like, I guess their thought process could be, Davion just, automatically going to the backup. Because he can share the court with either one of those guys, but obviously you can't play all three of them at the same time.
See, that was my question. How often could you play the three of them? Because it's not like Halliburton 6'7".
Right. Yeah. That's
right. And De'Aaron's about 6'4". Davion's about 6'3", 6'4", right? If that, so I guess that's where I'm a little bit of a loss. But again, we don't know who's still be on the Kings roster at the end of the night. It would be a spot.
Right. Yeah. And I'd rather have him than not have him.
Right.
Like, I mean, he's an animal, man. I love his game, and I love his tenacity. He's he's under control. He may be a little undersized, but he plays much bigger than he is. They got him listed about 6'1", I believe.
See, I thought he was taller because how big he played.
Right, yeah, but he's wide, he's strong. Yeah. Like, I'm not worried about him. At the next level.
Well, maybe it's something as simple as like you were just saying. There's nothing wrong with having multiple lead guards, especially coming off the bench. Because if that's your backup point guard is coming with all that, it's not a bad thing.
Right, yeah. And he makes good decisions. He's I mean, it's a good chance to take it at this point. You know what I mean? I don't see a lot going wrong with this pick. Even if they, like you said, things can get crazy throughout the night, and he could be moved. So who knows, man?
Yeah, and it has nothing to do with him. I'm just trying to figure out, I'm just trying to process the fit.
Right, yeah. Because I mean, like you said, it's not like you can slide Halliburton, up the depth chart to the 3, or even small ball 4. Like he doesn't have the size for that. So
I mean, you could if you had 2 really good defensive bigs, but you don't. So possibly Freeman could get away with some craziness like that. Because he's a Mobley and a Jared Allen. Then you got 2 things down there. But yeah, I don't know. But from a value standpoint, I'm not mad at that.
No.
You got the value. It's just the fit. That's where I'm struggling. I'm sure we'll ask Carter a little bit later with the things of it. Still got a lot of talented folks on the board, man. The Pelicans coming up. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Certain guard left already. There's another guard that trying to figure out if he's going to stay or not. And they could use the scoring. at guard. I feel like they could use scoring. A Book Knight here wouldn't bother me. A Moses Moody here wouldn't bother me.
Shoot,
It's interesting.
Davion's teammate right here wouldn't bother me.
Mr. Butler.
Yeah.
Definitely would. Again, remember, they just got Jones. They swapped out Adams and Bledsoe. So it's interesting. You want to go get somebody for sure that can help you stretch the floor that's very dynamic. You got options here. You got a lot of options. Not quite sure where they're going to go. Yeah, I'm going to be stuck on the Davion Mitchell to Sacramento thing for a while. Because it feels like it feels more like an NFL draft type thing. There's like, oh, it's great value. He shouldn't be here. Take it.
Right,
Figure it
yeah.
out later. And I guess that's why I'm like trying to process it, because I feel like NBA teams don't do that nearly enough.
Yeah, I don't think you really have the room to do that in the league.
Yeah.
I guess depending on the player, but I mean, Davion's he's kind of in a certain lane that
Right.
you can't deviate from too much.
It's like you said, you can't play him up 3 spots or something like that. So you know where he's at. Zaire Williams to the Pelicans.
Okay.
Who has Zaire Williams in the top 10? Shout out to you people that did. Anybody think so?
I mean, they just lost Steven Adams, so I mean, yeah, they're gonna need somebody down there, but I mean, yeah, athletic kid, he gets in there, he rebounds. You know, he uses different athleticism to play passing lanes. You know, the most intriguing thing about him to me is, you know, he doesn't shoot that well, but he's got great mechanics.
Right.
Like
So
that's
maybe that's what they're betting on, right? Is that the mechanics is there. It's a matter of time. It's pretty much time, opportunity, and reps.
yeah,
And that thing's going to start falling. When it does, we already know the other stuff he does.
right, yeah.
Right, so you're not going to slide him out the floor. You're not moving Zion out the paint to play him. He can play alongside him at the 3, and that gives you great length. What is that? That could potentially be Ingram and Zaire as a 4-3.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So, like, but if you keep Lonzo, think about the length there. The only place you're lacking length is at the 4, and it doesn't matter because he's a freaking mutant. Right? So, if you keep Lonzo, right, that's not bad. So that would be Lonzo, Ingram, Zaire, and Ingram with this frame. Having him at the 2 is probably a preference. It's probably a better look anyways. At 6'7", barely 200 pounds. I can kind of see it.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he gives them another dimension. Like, yeah, man. But like he doesn't, even though he's super athletic, he doesn't really gamble a lot. You know, his risks are calculated. You know, he's not just out there just trying to jump the pass lane just because it's some thought behind it. So and he pushes the pace. You know, so that definitely helps at the next level.
I feel like he's one of those guys that obviously he's a rook, but he probably has a game of a vet. And when the shooting comes along with it, he's that guy that's going to be able to slide right in and play off of those other 2 that are there, Ingram and then Zion. No, I definitely like it. And somebody who's definitely coming on defense, definitely not a bigger. You need those. You need somebody to guard these wings, man. And already, you know, obviously he'll get a little bit stronger as time goes on, but 6'9", able to move like you said, the fact that with what he has athletically isn't reckless in terms of gambling. So when it fits in for some of his teammates are. So somebody needs to be an adult in that department, right?
Yeah, but defensively, I think him and Lonzo would fit really well next to each other.
Which is kind of a godsend for England.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, I can definitely see it. I definitely see it. So again, I'm gonna get back to the Davion Mitchell thing. Again, it's not a value thing. It's just I just want to know what y'all doing, man. Y'all do this days. That's it. Kings of the Kings, man. So here we go. We got Charlotte on the clock, right? You take Big Night and put it next to Lonzo? How tempting is that for you? That's my question. Because I know you got Rozier and everybody else, but you got a bunch of little guards.
Yeah.
What do you go get you to win? But I mean, you have Gordon there, so or do you need to go ahead and do one of those things like, I need a big. I need one now.
Yeah, man, because Cody Zeller ain't it, man. I mean,
No disrespect to him, but
yeah, absolutely.
that's not
But
what he's there for. And if that is what he's there for, you're in trouble. There's a reason you pick it yourself.
they could go Alperen Sengun right here. You know, he's a bruiser. Another guy with pro experience. You know, played in the Turkish Super League, which is great competition. You know, he's big, physical, skilled. You know, he's a little on the smaller side, and he's not super athletic to make up for it. But you know, he negates that. Like he's got great footwork, great positioning. You know, he knows how to use his body. It's like a Zebo type deal. You
Right.
know, gotta can't jump over a piece of notebook paper, but you need hell to deal with down there.
But he'd be surrounded if you think about it. If I can see how the potential work because you're still bigger than the other smaller than your other counterparts, and they have freaks athletically. PJ and Miles are freaks.
Right.
But you still give them the thing that you wish Zeller could in terms of a legitimate low post option offensively.
Right.
Let's see, you said that was the secret, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's bring Cardell back in real quick. We got you guys with some notes from that game.
Yeah, we got to be working hard on that. But you know, he talked about teaming up with Jared Allen. He said Jared Allen's a great player. I'm talking about Evan Mobley. I feel we fit together, and I can learn a lot from him. Obviously, the process he spoke on, he said it's been a roller coaster. He was super excited on the ride to the arena. A lot of people compare him to a lot of bigs. He said the fact that he keeps on hearing is Chris Bosh or Giannis. But he said, I feel like I'm my own player, my own ability. He said, I'm here to be the best and bring my all to this team. So I feel we can have a great year this upcoming year. Obviously, him competing with Kay Cunningham growing up, being my prospects for a while, coming up through the ranks of the grassroots. He had a lot of motivation. You know, we got players coming up and adding motivation to continue to work. Playing with Darius and Colin, he said they're young and they're fast. I'm fast. You know, Jared Allen can run the floor. And he said we all can get out and run and shock a lot of teams. It's like his ball handling, shooting are skills most 7-footers don't have what separates him from others.
I think we'll have Cardell back in just a second. But what do we have on the board? We still got Charlotte on the board, man. So go ahead, man. Here's your thoughts on it.
No, I'm saying I think their pick is in. It just hasn't been announced yet. It'll be interesting to see what they do here, man. We count on you, MJ.
That's that man, bitch. Mr. Cut check. Y'all throw them up there together. Yeah, book. So Melo and Book together. Right? Your thoughts?
Okay. I love it, man. You know, I think he'll probably come off the bench to start things off with a chance to potentially slide in the starting lineup. But yeah, man, we talked on him earlier. His potential is through the roof, man, on the offensive end. Then of course he can he can contribute defensively as well, but there's still some strides made to be in that department. But man, Charlotte, they got some things to work with, man. They got of course, LaMelo Ball, and Gordon Hayward. His health is always a concern, but if he's there, of course, he's going to be able to contribute. Um, Devontae Graham, Miles Bridges, PJ Washington, they working with something here, and this was a good pick. Yeah, sometimes it's just simple as that. That's available, So yeah, man, I like Book Knight a lot. He can get the ball in the basket, man, which is a high commodity in the league. So yeah, man, I like the pick.
Yeah, I definitely anticipate him joining Melo in that backcourt sooner than later. Just simply because it's bigger than the other little guards they have.
Mm-hmm.
The other guys can score, but they can't defend, and they're tiny.
Yeah, that's
like Jovan said, just nice job by Charlotte taking the best player on the board. Sometimes it's just really simple, man. And you guys been saying tonight, you guys set the tone for the evening. It's tradition, man. It doesn't have to be calculus. It doesn't have to be anything more than just simple math. On the board now, next we got San Antonio, which is interesting. I have no idea what they could be looking at. We got a chance to see some of the youngsters when they played last year and kind of step up and come into their own little. You see Kelvin's on the USA team. Just where in the area you think they could go?
Feel like they can go. Maybe looking at Corey Kispert right here. Or the big from Turkey we just talked about in the last pick, Alperen Şengün. As far as Kispert, I mean, might be the best shooter in this draft. He's he's your rare upperclassman. So he's going to be a little more experienced, a little more mature, which I think Pop would appreciate. He just plays the game well. Then looking at him on the defensive end, he's not. I mean, he's not locked down, but he's capable in one-on-one. But in a team defensive concept, Kispert's amazing, man. He's always in the right spot. He helps when he needs to. He can. He's great coming off the weak side. He communicates. It's a lot of things that that an organization like the Spurs will hold in high value.
Yeah, the other thing, you talk about Segan, right?
No, I was just talking about Corey Kispert.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, shooting is kind of a thing that they definitely do. They're surrounded by plus athletes, big guards, good size, shooting. You got a young dynamic playmaker like Devontae. Why not give him a target out there when he gets a foot or two in the paint, and you're kicking it out to a knockdown shooter. Feel like he'll be surrounded there by very, very talented young athletes to go with him. All right, we got Cardell back. During that time, Cody Kispert. You said Cody Kispert went to the Spurs, or we're just talking about it? I'm trying to keep up. Okay, so we're just talking about where the Spurs would go. Before that, we had Book Knight to the Hornets. So, Carter, just your quick thoughts just on Book Knight going to join us.
All right, bear with me, folks. They just came back in this. What was the question? One more time.
What do you think about Book Knight? What do you think about Book Knight joining Charlotte? In Charlotte.
Get more firepower on the backcourt. It might be one of the guards that coming up on a big day, and they may be looking to move them soon. But yeah, I'm not shocked. He's an elite level NBA talent at UConn, man. They obviously with the pandemic, folks just didn't get to see a lot of him, but he's tailor-made for what the NBA is now, man. 6'5", score from all three levels, athletic, get defensively, and I think that's what separates him from with his size. Obviously, with all respect to Scary Terry and Devontae, he can get it done on the defensive end, and I think that's what they're trying to move towards. We all know who's going to be point guard. Miles Bridges can do it on both ends and whatnot. So they needed a wing that can help because too often when you watch home games, it was shootouts, and better teams, the lead of playoff teams, you're not gonna win shootouts. So, I love the pick honestly. They just gotta show up that front line, especially with Cody Zeller being a free agent.
All right. As we're making our way to this first round, Washington fans getting closer to their first and now two picks tonight. How about that? You know, Russ fans, I apologize. Pardon me. There's
You
you
told
got
me so.
not gonna lie, I'm happy to see some of y'all go. Y'all were trying this year, so I
Yeah.
have fun LA. Lakers fans, boy, you got some stuff coming. But we'll get into the shit about we listen to all this the Russ and the pieces that came back. Second round. Once we see what came of it, because right now, most of the pieces of the puzzle, we got to see what they do in the 22nd pick when they turn it.
Again, I'm serious.
Russ fans, we love you. Y'all got us through the shit. But LA, man, they're all yours. Backing up this week's scoop. Ain't even happy
And so the Spurs pick is in. Obviously, it's 2 years old.
Ray at Pittsburgh is speaking.
Sorry, Josh. So Josh Primo. Ray, the pick.
How do you like it? I'm gonna go find Mr. Primo.
Yeah. I definitely didn't expect this. You see some, you can fill it up. I'm kind of where you are. With this, I'm kind of where you are with the Davion Sacramento. I feel like he's really similar to DeJounte. So I'm not going to doubt the Spurs. I think they know what they're doing, but yeah, man, it's a stunner for me.
I actually love the pick, man. I don't think it is the son of, it's just he's just one of those guys that a lot of people didn't get a chance to watch last year. You could just say he's versatile. He can play both guard positions. Right now, I wouldn't put him at point, so to speak, so he won't really bother DeJounte, but eventually he'll be able to play both. I guess he'll sit on IQ up, you know what I mean? But his athleticism, the way he shoot the ball, I think he shot 41% from three last year, 89% from the line. He's already down defender. He will come in and impact that right away, and that's something. and that's something along with the Spurs, or on the Spurs outside DeJounte, and I say Keldon and Spurs, because Keldon can lock down, but it's just that he gets too over aggressive and they make him pay for it. But those two, there really wasn't much defense going on with the Spurs. So, they needed another defender. They needed somebody else that can actually spell DeJounte. So it's not him. He got played 40 plus minutes a night. And somebody, that can fill this for all of them. What I'm saying? Not just DeJounte, but, even DeRozan, when he come out, this guy has that ability. He's 6'5" with a 6'9" wingspan, super athletic. He can shoot the ball. He can be able to spread the floor on offense, which you normally the type of shots you're going to get coming to the league being a young guy. You're not going to get the ball and say, go create something. You're going to have to spot up and knock their shots when you get them. You know what I mean? So with that and the way he gets after on defense is a fit. And obviously the Spurs are great at developing talent. So, it's ideal with what they see. It's ideal with the way they're going. They're trying to build a team full of with guard position so they can dominate on that aspect. Go from there. And I just don't think, obviously, up front, they saw a lot of outside, obviously the topics. I don't think they trusted the bigs to try to in the front court and then try to draft something not this high. So I like the pick, man. Just give him time to grow, and he'll show everybody what he is. I loved him last year in Washington.
Yeah, if what you were just saying, if that works out, that's not a bad perimeter rotation for San Antonio going forward at all. And like you said, eventually you're signing the bigs to go with it. Uh, they're all still very young. Devontae and this is one of the youngest kids in the draft.
Yeah, he's 18, and not to make my point, he shot what 41, 42 from three. Johnson saw 31%. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have a lot of 3-point shooters, so those are the type of shots he's gonna get right away. But defensively, they can just throw him out there and he's ready to go. So he just needs a little polish offensively, and once he has that, he'll be fine. And I know he will get polish playing for Greg Popovich, so I'm not even worried.
That's never a bad place to go. The Pacers on the clock. Very interesting to see what they end up doing. You know what they have in their front court. That duo, Sabonis, when they're both healthy. You got that Terrence now. I'm watching what do you guys thinking? What do you think against the Pacers? You got a highlight about the Pacers.
Maybe Keon Johnson.
That's tough. Man, that's tough, man. Cause they got Brogdon,
Yeah, man, it might be a little crowded there. I don't know, man. Hold on, let me look at their roster.
I wish I could screenshot it. Once I asked y'all the question, what would your facial reaction to what should they do for guys? What should they do?
I mean, they not in the best.
They just stay healthy, honestly. That's what hurt them last year. What did they need, man? Dang, that's tough. Yeah, Brogdon, LeVert, that's your backcourt. You know what? I'll probably go with a three. Or somebody that can play the three. Somebody that can spread the floor. I wouldn't be shocked if they go fellow JUCO line, Chris Duarte out of the way he can score, shoot the ball. Like you said, he's older, he's 44, he's more seasoned, he can come in, and he's ready to go. He's a pro. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Okay. Now, I'm not mad at the pick at all, but I really wanted him to go to Memphis. He just seemed like a Memphis type player to me, man.
Hey, look, man, you can't do
Marte and Dylan Brooks. Chill out.
Hey, man. Reminds us about that's what's going, man. You know, getting the wing to go to the backcourt. Now you kind of have your starter. You know what I mean? Obviously, he worked out for the Wizards. You know, he ain't good. You know, they shot the hell out of the ball, shot the low out of the ball, man. He can defend. You know, I just think he's seasoned, man. Look at you being older as a negative. That's just a business side of it to get back to your buck, man. These days, but potential don't always pan out. These days, we see across the league, it's a lot of unfulfilled potential. You see why a lot of teams are hitting the wall. They have a ceiling on them. You need guys that's ready to come and play. And I think he is, man. He's been battle tested. He had fights. You got to worry about him getting in the gym, doing what he got to do to be a pro and develop. And he kind of already blends in with what they have. And remember, they were knocking on the door again in the playoffs too, fighting with the Wizards all the way to the bitter end with key injuries. You know what I mean? So he'll be in all aspects, and I like your pick, man. I definitely do.
Yeah, man, I love the pick. You know, he definitely stepped up when after Peyton Pritchard got drafted.
So again, like you guys said, before the pick happened, it's not like the Pacers had a glaring hole anywhere. But and like part of I'm happy you brought it up. Everybody does this across sports, and be like, they age out talent, which is this. It sounded crazy when I said it, right, guys? That's what people do. It sounds stupid because it is stupid. I don't want to take something that's ready right now, even though it's closest to its ceiling, because this other thing in the mystery box could be 3 times this. Sometimes, don't be Peter Griffin to take a mystery box, especially when you don't need crazy things. And if they just did, I thought they did, they just did something logical. This is the same team that did something like they took Aaron Holiday. I think they understand what they're doing, and also, like you guys said, feeling healthy. That's a really nice addition to a strong group. It's a really nice addition. Because that's somebody who can play at the same time with Brogdon and Karras. Put him in all different types of lineups. It should be fun. But right now, we're on pick number 14. Go to second pick. And Washington fans, the first of the 2 picks tonight. You're on bet, so to speak. So we're thinking about what's left. We know the Warriors with the league the first time. Anybody, at least for me personally, I want to be shocked if they double down on wings in the least bit. But what do you guys think?
You said double down on wings. Keon Johnson. He's probably the most athletic player in this draft, man. That dude. And it's not like they're. Of course, we're talking about them in full strength here. They're not really in much need of anything, to be honest. But yeah, Keon, he's tough. Like I said, explosive athlete. He definitely needs to bulk up a little bit, but that, of course, get him on the NBA weightlifting program. That shouldn't be a problem. But he has a length for athleticism, be a problem defensively. And he's fearless, plays with intensity. He's just tough to deal with, man, because he has a high motor, nonstop, and like I said, he's super athletic.
I'm throwing Moses Moody out there, but we're going to see since the pick is in. Silver wanted to interrupt our discussion. Moses Moody is talk about his, I think Randy Cannon was talking about his fit period. We're talking about doubling down on wings. Mm-hmm. So Cardell, Moses Moody, what did you bring to the table, sir?
Oh man, this is interesting. Give me 1 second. Computer acting up.
No, I wasn't shocked about the doubling down on the wings thing. They're trying to load up, man. They're trying to get people distracted. They can do those runs. One of the people saw last year, I'm great to have a little bit more help and firepower and whatnot. I don't think everything's really cool. Some people, they got money. They like it at the time. So,
yeah, I'm ready. What I'm saying? That's something that benefits him. He has a lot of length. 7-1 wingspan at 6'5", don't hurt at all. He's a good shooter from all 3 levels. One thing he does have to work on is creating shots off the bounce, man. They throw certain guards on him. If he get going, they throw, like, say, Patrick Beverly at him. It could be a long night. It'd be hard for him to get a shot on. But that's easy, for a pro to work on. Just get in the gym and just, continue to work on it. I just feel like but when he gets in the zone and he gets locked in, man, he's one of the best shot makers in college basketball, man. He don't need a lot of shots to go in and just be, where I'm in kill mode, and he can take you out the game. He got a lot of microwave in him. What I'm saying? He heats up at any time. That's a threat, man. And And the thing I like about it, he gets after it on defense. He don't slack on that. And obviously with that length, a lot of people don't pay attention to length when it comes to the defensive end. It matters because even when you beat, you really not beat. You know what I mean? Like you still there, you can get timely steals. You don't even know where it's coming from. That's why the guys like Drew Holiday and Draymond, that's why they're elite at what they do. So I wouldn't say he. I'm not gonna say it's a shock, but it is. If y'all know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it was up there for, like you said, coming into this draft. There's a lot of wings that could do dynamic wings that could do a lot of things. So I'm not shocked by this pick at all. And one thing that he already has that we saw play a pivotal role in a lot of players and for a lot of teams in this playoff run, mid-range shooting. He has a mid-range game already. So he's not gonna just be hanging out at 3-point range and trying to get to the basket and then if you take that away from him, you know what I'm saying? He can get it in. His strength is mid range shooting, so I do think that was solid for sure.
Yeah, like you said earlier, everything you listed, I think it's also one of those things where, like you were talking about, Martin needs to work on creating for himself off the dribble. One thing I do like about this, like you said, it can be comfortable catching shoot situations.
Right.
You can see a heavy dose of playing where he's playing. And again, it's another kid from the defender. Everybody I know, it seems like it was so long ago. It's a time not a lot to talk about. I would say you have a whole bunch of these rangy wing things all up and down the line. But the Wizards pick is in, so we're going to get to him. Everyone's see what happens, man. Hopefully, y'all don't come at us in the comments. It's not our fault. We don't choose for them. We're just here. Let's keep going. Nice to be there. Before the pick is announced. All right, so who's at the podium once again? We have had guys of the Washington Wizards doing a 15th overall pick for this year's draft. Considering they now have a gaping hole at point guard.
Oh man,
that I was gonna tell you there's no wrong answers, but Wizards fans will disagree. So there are wrong answers.
Hey man, what about Jared Butler?
If there's a need.
Yeah, because that complicates things, man.
There is certainly a need. Yeah, this is interesting. I'm really interested to see what they have to think on what the pick. Everybody's up in Terrence Clark.
Yeah, man, that was dope that they went ahead and recognized him.
We're about to be officially midway through the first round, right?
Say what?
So we're about to be officially midway through the first round. All right, and okay, so here's the added caveat here. You're Washington, you now pick, you got, 7 picks later, you pick again. Are you doubling down on something, or you taking one of each here? Backcourt or frontcourt? Because you know what we thought before the trade. Things kind of changed a little bit now. Here we are. Or because of the trade, do you double down in the backcourt now?
I mean, I guess it's more wiggle room there than going backcourt, frontcourt. But either way you go, you need help.
Because one of the guys that was kind of on my list. I was thinking about going into tonight. Now, obviously, this was prior to the Westbrook trade. I was like, man, Trey Murphy would be something that could be fun.
I was.
Right? Another one of those rangy defenders here, but we're here now, and yeah, you don't have point guards right now. It's Cassius Winston, the only point guard on your roster. So,
But I mean, I feel like if Trey Murphy is of interest, I feel like he'd still be there at 22.
okay. So with that said, if it is a one, who are you looking at? I know you said Jared Butler. Any other names that you can think of at this moment, considering what you're giving up? You said the computer first. I thought you were this good.
Oh, this might be a little high for Trey Mann.
I was thinking about him, but 15th overall.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, because it's all of a sudden a need, do you care about that? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you take the chance that that's not there in 7 picks?
I mean, but if you take Trey Mann with Jared Butler still on the board, then
okay. So for you, you're saying you would go Butler first.
I'll go Butler first.
And then if you're gonna double up, you go Man later. Especially when Man leads his 5 is play both positions.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Ray said. I guess that's our general consensus here. Cardell, I want you back in real quick. Bring you back on real quick. Just an immediate question. What the Wizards, what are you doing? Are you doubling down? That portfolio is what players do you need behind?
For the Wizards, I can barely hear you. It was a lot of yelling. I mean,
Since they're now picking 15 and 22.
Yeah. I mean, I like Trey Murphy. I know they're probably looking at Kispert because they need shooting, and obviously rumors are they shooting fans. So you kind of get somebody that's a sniper for a much lower price. But I just like what Trey Murphy brings. He's a sniper as well. He can shoot the ball. He's 6'8", athletic. He has a length. He fits what they need, man. They ain't just shooting. They need defensive players. Period. Guys that can get stops on the perimeter. Even though they made the trade, Caldwell Pope, he can defend. Kuzma, up and down with that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna see. You know what I mean? But I think he just fills the needs that the Wizards have all together. So I like him, and I like him, man. I like the kid from Butler, man. Baylor, I like Butler from Baylor, man. I like him. I just like what he brings. He's a total package guard, man. Like you said, you need somebody to play point. Russ is not there no more. You need more depth at point guard. I know Cash is there, but he can do that. He can fill in for Bill. Play with Cassius at times. He's seasoned. He's a winner. He's tough. He can defend. He can score. In a variety of ways. I mean, what more do you want, man? And I know he had health issues, but he's been clear with that. So those are the two I would love to see the Wizards, go with, man.
All right, so I have a consensus between Jared Butler. The second separate would be Murphy. If you got, I'd much rather have a defender who can shoot than a guy who can shoot. So, throw it out there, and we'll see what happens. All right, the pick is in, Wizards fans. Corey Kispert, is the selection. So, Ray, before you slide over to the availability,
I'm not completely mad at it. I mean, a guy that can shoot the ball like that, it's always a plus. And then, I kind of talked to him earlier. He's not a lockdown defender by any stretch, but he does compete in that way, which is more than we can say for others. But we're not going down that road tonight. But again, the team defensive concept, you can see he's very good. Which definitely we saw was an area of need for them last year. Just guys not trusting each other, guys not being in the right position, and guys basically not knowing what their job is. I don't think Pittsburgh has any of those issues. So I mean, yeah, we know what he can do on offense. That's going to spread the floor for them and give them a little more room on that end. And on defense, he can contribute as well. So yeah, man, not terrible. I'll live with it.
Shout out, Rudy. So looking out for his former teammate from the same school, man. Like, no, I'm joking. Don't run with that, folks. I'm just joking. But yeah, he fits the need, man. Am I still there? He fits the need, man. What I'm saying, as far as his ability to shoot the ball. Obviously, the big trade that they just had kind of, it kind of lessened the load for having to get more dynamic, versatile wings and stuff like that. And like I said, man, the Wizards like shooting. Now with Kuzma and Contagious Caldwell Pope and Bill, you got veterans that can put the ball in hole. That's not a problem. You have lob threats with Thomas Bryant and Dave Gafford. He knows how to play. He's gonna come in and be a professional. And I can see him, having like a Joe Harris type of role, right from day one. So, his shots, hopefully. He may not have the physical to be a lockdown defender, but don't be what we saw the last couple of years, man, where it's just open season, man. You can't have that. So he kind of lessens the load, and this definitely means to me that they're trying to move Burton. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see what happens, but I mean, it's solid pick for sure. Solid safety.
Yeah, and what I like about it is somebody who's a willing defender. Like, we know you're not gonna be perfect, you're not gonna be great on the end of the floor, but as long as you can't be played off the floor, that's a huge improvement. That's what you don't want is to be able to be played off the floor. Now, like you said about that player, like I said, I'm being an adult tonight about if Davis doesn't in fact gets moved. Obviously we're not saying he's going to step in right away, be a 40% 3-point shooter, but we know what the kid can do. There's a reason he's known as a shooter. So for Washington, like you said, it's a solid pick, man. It fits a need. I like that he has some size with him too. And again, just a willingness and a want to move feet on that end of the floor is a welcome sight around these parts. I think that's the nicest way I can put that. OKC's on the clock now. Where are we? We're at pick 16. You got any initial thoughts on this? Because it feels like they have 19 first-round picks. But what do you think they're up to add?
Man, another tough one. You got Darius Bazin. All right, Shy. Those are two guys you're building. Man, it might. Jeez, man. Because they had so many of the same type of players, man.
And they added Jermaine McGinney tonight.
It's like they. So it looks like they might go with a big, man. If I had to put they might go with one of the Texas bigs, man. I'm gonna go with Kai Jones because sophomore, 6'10", 14. I think he can do more as far as defending on the perimeter. You know what I mean? So I can see them just kind of going with a more athletic big, man, to help them with defensively. Because they got a lot of guards, but they don't have a lot of defensive rim protection down there. A lot of depth in the area.
Yeah, I like that a lot. They have so many of the similar. They have 5 different versions of 3 different players. He separates most of them just by his size. 6'10", 6'11". The motor you got love. And then defensively, everything else. Someone has to stop somebody. Some point here. Regardless of whether they're on the long term or the short term, if you keep adding time, but the thing is, Right outside Jones. Leading towards that. Yeah, Ray's gonna raise the latest number. Let us know what 15th overall pick and watch the news attendance. Corey Christopher. All right, so
Okay,
see Thunder take Alfred Finnegan.
Shot ball here.
Actually, no. I'm at the technician on the block, man. No, actually, that's not a bad pick. I knew they was probably gonna go with a big. I'm not even mad at that, man. He's mean, like technician on the block, not athletic. He'll get up there and dunk it, but he's not a consistent lob threat. But you can throw it to him the post, and he will go to work, man. Great footwork, great touch around the basket. He can step out, the mid range, shoot threes. He's young. 18 years old, 16, big body already. He's 6'10", 240. And the thing I like about him, he's tough. He's played in the Turkish Pro League, the top level league for a couple years. So, yeah, man, he's polished, and that's what they need. They need somebody that can throw down. They need somebody that can throw down. Obviously, with the dynamic players that they have on the perimeter, with Baisley and Shy, you need somebody you can throw it on the block, get you points, and he fits that mold. I'm not mad at this at all. I just wonder if he has the athleticism in guard, especially when they put him in the pick and roll. It wasn't sweet, huh?
I hate to interrupt you. OKC is doing OKC things, and they traded them on.
I saw this in the comments, and I just wanted to go.
I saw this in the comments.
Don't wait for Warren to say where to send them. Oh my goodness. They didn't even wait to let the dust out.
Hey, man. We'll see where he goes, but like I said, what he brings, he's a technician, man. A tough technician. And that can help you lead. What team going to? Who did he trade with? But they haven't did so yet.
I'm still trying to find out.
Crazy draft.
Oh wow.
Who they send us?
Houston is sending OKC first for the 16th.
So that old block technician is going to Houston.
With Christian Wood.
This is going to play another first round. One first round two. You said it.
So they traded him to Houston. We'll see how that fit. And now the Pelicans, where they selected Trey Murphy.
Yeah, they took Murphy.
Yeah.
So
they got Zaire Williams and Murphy.
I don't know if this gonna be part of a package because you got Bailey. Like OKC about to have the most time in the history of basketball. Just a bunch of 6'8", 6'9" dudes just hooping, man.
SGA, Giddy, and like you said, 6'9" and up. The rest of them.
Yeah, this don't even make sense, man. But we, oh man, that's wild. We gonna see, but isn't this ain't going?
Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, that trade is crazy. T-Wiz, we appreciate you with the heads up. This man immediately, I think soon as he saw Woj's tweet, hit the comment section. So we appreciate you. But yeah, now sit back, man. The Pelicans, that's not bad at all, man. At all.
that best pick though? The 17th pick?
Um, let me go.
Let
I'll
me
go
go.
look
I'll
at
go
it.
look for
But I've been trying to
I've been
stay
trying to
off
stay up for
Twitter
it.
so we don't get too far ahead of the game.
Yeah. We trying to make sense of this. See where's we're trying to make sense of this, man. They cannot be keeping all these wings. They be playing. It's just I can't see it happening.
So I don't know. I knew they was gonna do something crazy because it's on brand, but oh my goodness, this guy.
So yeah,
So yeah,
this that they were
this that they
sending
were sending
KC2 future
the
first
KC
for
two future
16.
first for
One of the first
16.
that Houston
One of the
picked
first that
was the
Houston
pick
picked
of
was
the
the
Sam
pick,
Washington
the first that Washington
accepted
took them in the wall trade.
in the wall.
Okay, so that's so that was in the trade for what's his name? Big fella.
Yeah, for big
Yeah,
fella. Yeah. From my
from my
understanding,
understanding, Houston had
did
2 years.
did you see
You
something
see
else?
something else?
Keep saying
Keep saying
information,
information.
man. We're
We're
with
with
you.
you.
Yeah, if you want to find out, because prices
Prices
be
be
back
back
in
in
this
this
that
level.
level.
But he has to be afraid on the table to be to just get the same type of player.
You think they might have to
Add
add
something
something
to
to
like
like
help
help
with
with
a
a
move.
move?
It has to be a player, man. Because it does make sense. You about to have like 7 players that play the same position at the same time.
So in the
In the
meantime,
meantime,
there's
there's
leaving
leaving
on
on
the
the
clock,
clock,
and
and
they're
they're
taking
taking
Trey
Trey
Murphy,
Murphy,
but
but
Trey
Trey
Murphy's
Murphy's
in
in
the
the
trade
trade
as
as
part
part
of
of
the
the
trade
trade
to
to
the
the
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
Yeah. So he's on the Memphis.
Yep.
That's what I was saying.
So let
Let
me
me
pull
pull
up
up
Trey
Trey
Murphy
Murphy
real
real
quick
quick
so
so
we
we
can
can
get
get
back
back
to
to
some
some
type
type
of
of
normalcy
normalcy
since
since
Sam
Sam
Presti
Presti
wanted
wanted
to
the
the Rams
Rams
tonight.
tonight.
Thank you.
But
This is
this is
Trey
Trey
Murphy.
Murphy anyway.
Guys. And rest in peace, Terrence Clark, man. That was a fitting tribute. He definitely would have been in this draft, drafted very high. Very nice. Checked him out in high school. Definitely a top 100 man. He did work, man. Love his game, his enthusiasm for the game, man. He would be missed.
I know
I
you
know you talked about a little bit
earlier,
but
earlier.
if you want to continue this Trey Murphy,
Yeah,
Right.
just
why
on
this
Trey
is such
Murphy,
a how he
why this is
fits
such a how he fits
in New Orleans.
in New Orleans.
Well, we know they're annoying defensively. They have a lot of guys who can guard, uh, versatile. That's the name of their team. I don't know what they're going to do since trading Valanciunas. That's a big loss. But with Dylan Brooks and Clark and obviously John, those guys, he's right in, man. 6'8", 6'9", 7-foot wingspan. Obviously coming from Virginia, he's going to know how to play defense. They don't play that there. That's priority number one if you go to that school. He's a good shooter, especially great shooter. He's probably a better shooter from 3-point range than he is mid range. I think he shot like 43% from deep last year in college. So that's one of the Grizzlies' weaknesses is 3-point shooting. So he can defend and he can knock down threes. He fits what they need. You know what I'm saying? What they do well at the same time. He's also because of his size, 6'9", he can score on the low block. He's a good efficient free throw shooter. Lob threat. Average athlete. But he gotta work on his handles and work on creating his own shot. That's the only thing. Right now, Jaws gonna have to create shots for him, whether it be through lobs or him spotting up, which is nothing wrong with that. That's probably gonna be more of his role coming in. But as he put years in the league, he's gonna have to definitely develop his handle and learn how to create and make shots not just for himself but eventually others. He's gonna have to get stronger. You know what I mean? He's wiry. Like I said, man, 6'8", you playing the three. You gotta see, and you out west, you're gonna see LeBron 4 times a year, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see Kawhi and Paul George. You know, if Kawhi comes back to the Clippers, I'm talking about it's currently constructed. You don't know what's gonna happen in free agency, so don't get me or whatever. At times, maybe against Utah, they might throw you on Donovan Mitchell. You're gonna have to deal with somebody like English, who's bigger than you. You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised. Bogdanovich, him too. I'm just throwing names that play the three that with him being out west, he's gonna have to deal with. So get stronger, work on creating off the bounce and scoring off the bounce, and yeah, you can look back and be like, man, how he fall that late? Shouldn't have been drafted.
Oh man, this is definitely one of those drafts you have to sit back a day or two later and look at everything to see where like to me like one of those crazy you watch like Jack trying to think some up, they got stuff on the wall, and 70 pieces of string trying to connect the dots. That's what it'd be like trying to figure out everything around this league. And I'm sure they're gonna keep playing bits. And T. Williams, you let us know. So what did you think of the trade? I take it that you're a Thunder fan. So just let us know how you feel about it. You see your reaction with the games. So okay, Steve's on the clock. On the clock. Picking the first. Might wait for the second round. Wait for the second round. Maybe we got something for you guys. Just answering questions, just discussing as a whole. Because we'll need some time to figure out what we just saw. We'll need some time to figure out what we just saw in the first round. In the first round, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. 20 to 50. Still a lot of talent on the board. Still a lot of talent on the board. And OKC on the board. Because I don't know if they're picking somebody else. They're picking somebody else.
Good question.
All right, we got to get right back. We just had a media call with so Trey Man with Oklahoma City. We're gonna see if he stays there because it's OKC. But yeah. So as of right now, Jordan's on the media call with 15th overall pick. Washington was the first of two first round selections tonight. Corey Kispert, you just want to share some of the things you got from the call.
Yeah, Tommy and Wes Unseld Jr. hopped on. They just, of course, they highlighted the shooting. That was the main thing that they were looking at with adding him. But they did talk about his team defense. And spoke on his maturity. He's a 4-year player, so that's rare in this day and time. You get a player with some years on him. It just makes things a little bit easier in the transition. Tommy talked about his ability to play with other players. He played with Jalen Suggs and Drew Timmy last year. It just shows he can fit into a role, and just function in a team setting. And he just said he adds value to the roster. Wes said him and Tommy have just been communicating a lot over the past few days about what to do with the pick, and just going down their list. They said, Kispert checked off a lot of boxes. And of course, his shooting, he has good size, and gives him some versatility on defense, as well as spurs the floor, of course. So yeah, man, as long as he was available when they picked, then that would be their guy.
All right. They're picking again pretty soon. Anxious to see what happens in Cardell. So you have some notes you want to share?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Jalen Green. He was asked, about the process, the whole draft process. What is something that he could take away from it? He just said, we're preparing him for it. He said, his work ethic, finding a love for the game, working out, getting better every day. There's going to be a lot of free time that you're going to have throughout the process. You just got to get in the gym and work done and get better at your craft every day. Um, he said also, what have you seen from some of the young guys on the roster? Obviously, the Rockets, they've been rebuild mode, but you know, obviously they're looking at this kind of possibly being one of the centerpieces for the team moving forward. And he said, they asked him straight up, do you think he's that piece? He said, yeah. He said, I think I can be that piece. I think I can bring that dog mentality, that defense mindset, and an exciting part at the same time. They already got a lot of star players, a lot of exciting teams. I think they're just missing one more piece, and I think I can fulfill that. What was it like being hearing his name? He said it was exciting. After that, I hugged my family, and all the nervousness went away, and just walked on that stage. All I was thinking about was the future, so it was an exciting moment for me. I asked about what he think about the Houston Rockets. He said he thinks it's awesome. He's excited. He loved their program. I love their coaches. He's just ready to work. And it's always great to hear a young player talk about the work. And looking back at the entire process of him, leaving high school, going to the G League, just what is his thoughts on that? Because he did this thing, did the path to go according to plan. Could it have been any better in this moment for him? And he said no. He said he enjoyed the part of it from the G League. Now he learned so much. He said, I think I grew up so much. I learned about myself. Got a lot of knowledge on and off the court. No, it couldn't be any better. I got my family here with me, and that's the most important thing for me. That's the main thing that's making me happy right now. My family here to support. Kind of touching on a couple more prospects. Just bear with me jumping around. Davion Mitchell, who's one of my favorite players in this draft. Coming into the NBA, he said, what legacy do you want to leave behind? He said, I just want to leave that I can be a guy who can just be a winner. That's kind of just been my calling card, just doing the things that win, known as a winning person, and also a better person off the court. Let's see, what he brings to the Kings, for Kings fans who have never seen him play. He said, definitely just being a dog on the floor, guarding everyone, making it hard on them, and also playmaking ability, just knocking down shots, things like like that. We all heard that he was at the finals. He went in Drew Holiday, so that tells you what type of team. Thank you. It tells you what type of team and what type of player that he's focused on becoming, and what his ceiling seems to be. So that would be ideal. And lastly, they were one of the worst defensive teams in the league last year. I can't he step on the court and instantly help. He said, like I said before, disrupting the ball, being a coach on the floor. Everybody wants to win a championship, so you got to be able to play defense to win championships. So I think that the Kings have what it takes.
During that time, right? We had my bad. We had Trey Man selected by OKC with the 18th pick. We had Kai Jones selected by the Knicks with the 19th pick. How do you like the respective fits? Right.
Um, as far as OKC goes, Trey Man, I think we talked about him a little earlier. He's a good prospect. He can shoot the basketball. He can run the show. He's real shifty. He can get defenders off balance and capitalize. Real good at manipulating the entire defense. He has great vision and playmaking ability as well. He always has his eyes up, looking for his teammates. He's currently 180 pounds. Thin and wiry. A little bit of muscle mass wouldn't hurt, but it's still a nice combo guard. Tough guy, can definitely put the ball in the basket. At times, just looks to make home run plays, which leads to turnovers. But with a little more experience, he can cut down on that. For the Knicks, Kai Jones, I think that's a good pick. They it's just another disruptor at the rim, super athletic, jumps out the gym. Offense, he finishes with authority. Good around the basket. He shot almost 60% from the floor last year at Texas. And he uses his athleticism on defense as well. Solid rim protector and can slide his feet. So he's the prototype big that the NBA team salivate over right now. He can could hit the glass a little bit harder considering the size and athleticism. But yeah, man, he's a good fit for them right there. Especially considering I think they lost Nerlens Noel, so he can kind of slide in and do the same things he does.
Kai Jones. Well, I'm gonna talk more about Kai Jones. That means to me that that Mr. Robinson better be on the game. You know what I mean? I'm laughing because Thibodeau ain't playing with the defense, man. He gonna get it done. That also, it also spells time for Julius Randle. You have somebody to protect him, where you can kind of, don't like it, but to preserve him, you won't have him guarding and Giannis, so you can put this kid on him. Mr. Robinson, like you said, Nerlens Noel probably won't be back. But with all due respect, man, this kid had more potential because I think what happened with Mr. Robinson, he tried to be something that he wasn't instead of sticking to what made him special in the first place, and that kind of stunted his growth. But this kid comes in and do things that Mr. Robinson can do, but he's a better shooter. He can step out and he may not be able to put the ball on the floor and and mix you up and then dominate like that, but he can pop out, hit timely jumpers, especially when Julius Randle draw a double. He can step out, do that, and we all know he can run the floor, pick up threats. So you got to guard him when he's dropping to the basket, running in transition. Obviously, that's easy work for him. Offensive rebounding, he would help a ton in that area. At times, like with New York in the playoffs, when they go cold, they ugly the game up even more with him. Like, fine, if we ain't scoring, you ain't scoring either. So with that being said, I love the pick, man. It goes right along the lines of what you need. Like I said, the Bucks are the champions, and whoever wins, that's who the league kind of build their roster to try to. It's a copycat league. So they have multiple bigs, and two just like Brook Lopez and Giannis. They're complement one another. You got to get with the program, have a couple on your own, or you just have no chance. And not just that, not just looking at them. You got to deal with Embiid. Uh, Atlanta, they have a lot of athletic beings, man. So you got to deal with them. So it's not just look at the champions. You got to look at other teams in the East that you would possibly have to go through. Look, they lost to the Hawks, right? So what did the Hawks do? They pounded them inside. I say young torch them and all that, but their side athleticism neutralized Julius Randle to a certain point and their other bigs. Their front court won that battle throughout the series, and that was the reason why they moved on. So, all in all, man, I like the pick, man. It fits what he's trying to do, and I think he can come right in and do what he naturally is already good at. And they don't have to count on him to be something that he's not right off the bat.
Yeah, like you said, Tim's not playing. They had a top 5 defense last year. He's like, let's do it. Why not? You mentioned the Hawks in their court. The versatility and athleticism that they have. They're currently in the clock. So if you're the Hawks, all the stuff you've been drafting well. You've been GMing well as the Hawks. You sit right there at 20. What jumps out at you at the Hawks? Or are you just out here on some lottery pick stuff? The talent. Take it, we'll figure it out later. And you actually have the luxury to figure it out later. What do you want to do?
I got the guy. I got him. I want Cam Thomas.
Oh, yeah.
I want buckets. Buckets. Yeah, I want buckets.
You said violence.
Yeah, I want buckets. So yeah, good luck guarding that. That's my point. That's my point. You don't get a break when you play us. You got the guard. You got the everybody. Look, it ain't my fault. You don't have a defense. Y'all just want to take this L. So Trae Young go to the bench, Cam go in and go to work. Go do what you do. Get buckets. And
Atlanta. The pick is in. They just want Jalen Johnson. And that's cool.
Jalen Johnson for Duke.
He better not be a replacement
for Radish.
No. Because they still got Real Collins. They ain't take it. They ain't wrapped that up yet. So that just yes. Don't jump out there and do something you want to regret. Yes.
I mean, on paper, Jalen Johnson, he checks the boxes, but his track record ain't the best.
Yeah.
And that's the question with him is whether he can stick it out mentally. I'm not even worried about the basketball with him. He's obviously talented. He's got that NBA size and length and athleticism. But if you check out upstairs, then that even matters. So this is an interesting thing. Had his collegiate career went differently, I feel like he would have went higher. But teams look at those things, and with good reason. I hope he's successful. That's a good place to be. Atlanta in the spot right now. But like you said, Wilson, I really hope it's just a definitely, as opposed to bringing that into kind of replace what they already have.
He's talented offensively, man. He's an athlete. He's athletic. He can score. He can shoot from all levels. He can pass the ball. He can go out to the ice. He can operate out of the high and low post. He's very versatile. The issue with him, the entitlement factor, man. You know what I mean? You gotta look at that, man. He let the team to start playing for the preparing for the draft in the middle of the season. Like, who does that? That's why he dropped. Like, teams notice that, and people on his camp might say it's out of big deal and all that. Fine, but we gonna see, because see, now you got competition to even get on the floor at your position. You right as currently constructed. You got to deal with Radish. You got to deal with DeAndre Hunter. You know what I mean? You got to deal with a lot of wings that can play. You know what I mean? And they have what I like to call sweat equity with Nate McMillan. Now, Nate McMillan's a no-nonsense coach, so we're not old school. So I'm comfortable that any of that nonsense that this kid may have left in him, if he has it left in him, I'm pretty sure he'll get it out of his system real quick. So We gonna see what he's made of, but what his talent brings, it complements what he has. Because now, similar to what we saw, I'll give you a good comparison for his role, maybe not necessarily his overall talent and ability. What we saw from Johnson with Phoenix and Johnson for Phoenix, you know what I'm saying, being the defensive anchor and also being able to hit timely shots from all, especially from deep. That's what he can do. And if and think about the way Trey Young can find guys and the lob that they have and all that, man, with the floor spread and you can't help out on Trey, it's all right, man. It's a long night, man. So yes, with the talent he brings, Atlanta just got even deeper, and that's saying a lot.
So there's been another trade.
Of course,
The Knicks sent Kai Jones to Charlotte.
Michael Jordan working.
A future,
Michael Jordan working.
future first round pick.
Michael Jordan working.
James Billinelli, Kai Jones.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that, man. Hey,
Mike working down Oh, that's a lot threat for LaMelo. And you got Bucky Getter, yeah. Mike working down there. You know, we gonna make the playoffs.
You know how bouncy that front line is? It's like they look at him and it's like, we raised to be seen, we're ready to a couple more. In terms of athletes, we might not have the length, but they can play when you guys are playing. That's crazy. Bridges, PJ,
hey, man. Michael Jordan heard the whispers. Said he not going in there.
Carolina.
Carolina State is very personal. My man T wins. I see your comments about wins you can go get into. Some wins we gonna get to. Soon as we get to the second round, we'll talk to you guys down. We'll talk to you guys. So don't worry, we got you. Just remember we got you. All right, more trades. We told you guys gonna be chaos, and that has continued. Um, so Keon Johnson was selected and then flipped. He was selected by the Knicks and then sent to the Clippers. And now all the Clippers and Knicks did was swap picks, going from 21 and 25. So Keon Johnson's the new young guard going to the Clippers group of they're trying to. No, Trey Man has company. Is the youngster in terms of the backcourt over there in LA. Uh, what do you guys think of that? I'm gonna
Super athletic, slashing supreme. He's a solid scorer off the drill, but he got to work on that. He has to improve his shooting. That's the thing. He's streaky. You know, when he's on, but off, he's way off. And you know, he kind of fits in the mold they got in Scrub last year. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to add more depth or whatnot. I think they anticipate, you know, some of those veteran guys, you know, Rondo, you know, what's going to happen with Rondo, maybe Pat Bev or whatnot. But as you can see right there with that dunk, he do a lot of things, man. You know, he's dynamic, he can defend, he's a playmaker. Transition, he'd be able to get him easier baskets. I like fit, man. And, you know, obviously playing on that team with Tyloo, with those dogs, the learner will be quick and efficient. So he has a world of potential. So like I said, he clean up his variety of moves off the bounce and improve his shooting. They got themselves one for sure.
Where you going?
Yeah, if he get anything close to a consistent jumper, answer Christmas, man. So he's super explosive, and then once you get the step on you basically just got your big jumper because ain't so many people jumping there. But yeah, that's a good spot. Nice veteran team with a good coach. You know those guys experienced over there. And he has it's another youngin over there that he can rock with that can kind of have a peer, you know, and just so he won't feel alone. You know, that type of stuff makes a difference, man. But yeah, it's a good fit for them. You know, there's nothing wrong with adding an athlete of that caliber to a roster.
All right, the Lakers is selecting aka Wizards, and they took Isaiah Jackson. I'm sorry. That's the Wizards. So they got Corey Kispert, Isaiah Jackson. Ray, I guess you want to talk about the Lakers on the card one.
I mean, he's athletic, agile, big guy, 7'5" wingspan. You know, he covers a lot of ground. You know, he's a project, but you know, the payoff could be big. You know, he's like I said, 7'5" wingspan, athletic, top of him, and he runs like a deer. You know, he plays above the run. He's shown some willingness to face up. You know, he still needs some improvement in the area, but you know, the fact that he's not afraid to go to it, even though it's not, you know, the sharpest tool in his toolbox. You know, it's promising. But and he needs to be a little more disciplined on defense. He just tries to block everything and leaves some unnecessary foul trouble. You know, which for the Wizards, we can't afford that. But you know, he kind of gets some depth to the front court. You know, not a bad pick. You know, we talked about them needing having a hole at point guard now, so and I was thinking they were going that direction. But yeah, man, like I said, we need to add an athlete like this. It's never a terrible thing.
I mean, I think it's just adding depth to, you know, athleticism and depth up front, man. You know, they lacked it bad last year. Obviously, with Tom Bryant coming off his ACL, who knows? You know what I mean? Right now, outside TV, the only thing I have is Gafford, you know, with an athletic big, and that's not going to be enough, you know. You need somebody else. You got to have somebody come off the bench. Yeah, and I think this is Tommy seeing what we see. You know, see the Atlanta Hawks. You're not gonna just deal with one or two. Everybody, two more coming off the bench, and then have a couple waiting behind them that don't even get in the game, that are athletic and big and can do a lot of things. So you need to be able to match that, man. I think that's what the guy does. He's raw offensively. Defense is like years ahead of his offense. But that's neither here nor there. They're not asking him to come in and average 30. They're asking him to come in, protect the basket, rebound. Definitely get on the perimeter if he gets switched out and make life easier for Brad Bill and those guys and be a consistent ball threat, especially when you get the ball inside. Simple as that. And as long as you do that, he'll be fine. The Wizards, they had one of the best player development coaches I feel in the league, and David Atkins. You see the growth in, Rui and even Thomas Bryant over the last few years. So I'm comfortable that he'll get better over time. But with his strengths and what he brings, that's what the Wizards need. So, like I said, man, Tommy's just making solid picks that can help them in right now. And that's what they need, with the situation they have with Bill right now.
Up next, we got Houston on the clock once again. Got to see if it's part of the first stage. There's a lot of that going on. That's right now. Looks like we got Houston back in 2030 and 24.
Please.
23rd, and then remember the Clippers swaps. So, and the C Ranch, I know we got that mind. Appreciate all you guys that are tuning in. Once we get to the second round, we can get into this open conversation before we go to the round. So we got anything you guys want to discuss, write it down and make a note of it. Throw it in the comment section. We'll make sure we get to it in the second round. So we approach to the second round. So yeah, thank you all for tuning in this Friday night and good standing. And then I'll wait for the first round. All right, folks. As you guys see at the bottom of the screen, Houston Rockets select Usman Garuba with the 23rd pick. We've seen this young man already got some time against the U.S. Olympic team playing for Spain. He's still with the team in the Olympics, so definitely not a bad look for him. I think got the matchup against KD and that scrimmage or that friendly, however you want to discuss it, that the USA played in Vegas before leaving. And just a quick reminder, quick word from Uzana, since we are here, the least we can do is National Chicken Wing Day. Try our famous wings, lightly breaded, served with your choice of Chef O's signature sauce, barbecue, buffalo, lemon pepper, and teriyaki. I definitely just put an order in and can't wait to take care of those once I get home. But again, uzanaz.com, put that in the bottom screen for you guys. Whether you guys in the DC area, you guys already know what it is. If you're not, if you take a trip here, make sure you visit Uzanaz. Got two locations. What's good, Troy? I see the response, man. We're gonna get to all you guys' comments in round two. Appreciate you tuning in though. And yeah, I'm interested to see how many of you guys are excited about what transpired tonight for Washington. How many of you guys are on literally the polar opposite end of the spectrum? We can't wait to get into that and more in this crazy first round. The Rockets are still on the clock. They just selected 23rd. It was Usman Garuba, 24th pick, waiting for the pick to be in. Rays jumping in on the media availability with um, with Corey Kispert. So I have some updates from that. Share with you guys some nuggets and what the young man had to share with the local media. So just bear with us. We got a lot more coming. And again, second round. So we get to the second round, guys. Open discussion. Get all your comments in. Hang with us a little while longer. We're moving through the first round right now. saw them back close. The Houston Rockets continue. They completed the second and third picks of the first round. They went back to back with Usman Garuba and then Josh Hooker. They took Jalen Green at the top of the board. Cardell, your thoughts on them back-to-back picks?
But that's for defensive purposes. 6'8", defend. Honestly, the 1 through the 4. You know what I mean? He's a bit raw offensively as far as his shooting ability, but in transition slashes to the basket, he can get it done. And Josh Christopher getting him this late. I mean, to go with who they drafted, man, Jalen and hey man, they want to get on and run down there. They want to get on and run and kill. And they want athletic wings. They want guys that can put the ball in the hole. I know Christopher is short. He's about 6'3", 6'4", but he has a 6'9" wingspan. He's a tough shot maker, man. So with him, it's just about him being more efficient, shooting the ball and being more disciplined as far as the shots he takes. You know what I'm saying? Being more aware of the shots, what the shots are. You know what I mean? Instead of just taking any shot just because he feel he can get it all. Has to improve defensively. He has to be more disciplined. He has to take that in a little bit more serious. And that will, to me, that's his potential is. It puts a limit on his potential if you don't take that in seriously. Let me just say that if he does take it seriously, then there is no limit to his potential. Because the way he can score the ball, the way he can attack and be creative off the bounce, the way he can find guys. The defensive end is the difference maker and being more disciplined offensively as far as taking good shots. Because we all know in the league, man, a bad shot is honestly like a turnover, and they'll be down the court scoring a bucket before you know it. And with his defensive, weaknesses right now, defensive flaws, if he's doing that and he has a bad shooting night, he's just shooting up anything. He can hurt things. You know what I mean? And that's why I think he kind of fell this far in the draft, even though his talent is lottery pick worthy. You know what I mean? It's just him putting it all together, man. Hope he can. If those guards put it very quickly out west, man, especially coming from Houston. So I like both picks, man. They got a defensive piece in the hole, and they got another offensive weapon in Christopher.
Absolutely. Add that to remember the Clippers and Knicks swap picks?
Yeah.
So Clippers took Grimes, who said it to the Knicks. So Tibbs just got Grimes. Sorry about that. Tibbs just got Grimes. So your thoughts on that, Graham?
Yo, we got another score. Somebody that can come off the bench and fill it up, but also what it's talking about is facilitate. You know what I'm saying? Just another versatile piece in the backcourt where he can count on, that has experience. He's not young, that's ready to come and play for Kelvin Sampson, so he can play defense. Very athletic, and he's not afraid of the moment. He high IQ, 6'8" wingspan. He's telling me for the NBA, man. We know that, man. He's highly coveted coming out of high school. A lot of people thought he'd be in the league by now anyway. So we just got a little season to add to that. That's another weapon to help them score, late in games and in tough spots when the shot clock running out. Because that's where they struggled last year. They didn't really have a shot maker consistently. When quickly got cold and when Julius Randle struggled. So they got one now. So I love this pick.
Ray, what do you think about Chris Grimes going to New York by way of Los Angeles?
Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. I think Grimes, Cam Thomas, and Bones Allen, they might be the best scorers in this draft. To be honest, Cardell touched on a lot. His good size, his length, man, his ability just to score. Like once he gets going, it's tough to shut that water off. He kind of showed some of that at the combine. And of course playing in that type of environment with players you're not familiar with, just his ability to facilitate and kind of direct things and still be able to score at a high clip. And also he competes defensively and doesn't let it compromise his offense. So it's a great pick, man. It's a good situation for him and the Knicks. That they gonna be a handful.
It just feels like a perfect pick, honestly. Um, Especially when they're trying to find answers in the league. Over the past couple of drafts, not naming names, but they picked some guys. Don't look like those guys are going to end up being part of long-term uh, direction in New York in the league. So Brown's got a great opportunity for all the reasons you guys listed. And it feels like an ideal fit. Like, everyone's favorite team is up now drafting. So I think the Nuggets are on the board.
What will Connolly do?
Right.
The Eagles.
What are they up to? Are there any 7'5" people that are left? Any people with back injuries? Anything that Denver loves?
You asking who we think they might get?
Yeah.
They can go. They either gonna go with point guard to add more depth to help Jamal Murray. I like him, but he's not the facilitating. He's small. Or they gonna look for a way to replace Will Barton. Or hey, you might want to throw an athletic, but they got Roman. I'm still waiting to see what he does. So, it's tough, man. Because you go with Miles McBride, you can go with Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is similar to Jamal Murray. Where they get buckets, so he'll fit right in. Because you got kind of a guy that's similar to him. The kid from Illinois, Ayo Dosunmu.
Oh yeah,
somebody like that. That's what I'm saying. This draft, this guy.
Bones Islands.
Yes, sir. I like
Bones Islands.
I'm not even mad at that.
Yeah.
I like it.
You say something like what?
He is next. Shout out to the A-10. I be telling y'all they got players in the A-10. Y'all listen, man. Second year in a row, first round.
And they keep hitting the lead.
Like clockwork. Buckets. Bucket. Delaware on.
Love the pick. I think it's a general consensus here. Everybody here is on board with this.
Evil genius, man. The Connolly. Look, man, skill guard. I know he's 6'2", 6'3", but he got 6'9" wings and super long, man. Forget NBA range, man. He coming in with half court with his range, man. He get buckets. The effective score off the bounce, man. He can mix it up with mid range. He's a capable defender. He can get better at that area. It takes time. He needs to get a little stronger. I think like a $180 if that coming into the league. So I know he's long, but bigger guys try to just post him up and get him up out of there. But he a dog. He gonna compete in both ends regardless. Look, man, if he get his defense together and become more efficient with his shot selection, you got another problem on your hands, man. So I love that pick, man. Yeah, Denver, obviously with Jamal Murray, it's gonna take time for him to come back. There's something he gonna get minutes right away, and he gonna get a feel. So when Jamal come back, you gotta deal with that, man. It's gonna be tough. And also, he kind of also feels the void left if Will Barton don't come back. You know what I'm saying? He can fit right in the three and do the same things that Will Barton does. So I love the pick, man. I'm not surprised, man. Who's running it out there, Connolly. So he seems very adept to making solid quality picks. I don't worry about the Nuggets this time of year.
The Nuggets don't worry about the Nuggets. They get this time of year and be like, what present are we getting this time? And I swear, Ken Thomas goes for billionaire and dying laughing. That's all I got to say.
Oh, to Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Yeah, cheat code.
Nah, we should have anybody. So, Rally, go around there. You see if we can. That happens, that happens. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to continue to do what they do. Like, even in the worst case scenario, it's another guard with fans top. The guard that has, like you said, best case scenario, still they go on the side. And it opens the floor up that much more. It must be nice. It just must be nice. It must be nice. Long time ago. I gave up fans because now all of a sudden they look like they know what they're doing. Can't go back. Wait, what's the comment section and then it's discussion. So we're in there. That's what we're talking about. Because of you guys, you know, when we wrap things up, we're ready to discuss these picks, what we take in, what we like, what we didn't like. I know we got some time to do. I know we got two bids and so already commenting. Devon's coming to say well, but definitely the see that. Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. I'm interested to see what happens at the end of this round. Now I want to see what Milwaukee gets. Seriously. Okay, I said I was interested in chaos. Oh, Ray, while you just sent on the Corey Kispert, you wanted to share a couple things that you took from it?
Sure. You know, Corey, you just kind of talked about, you know, his experience with the Wizards during his workout. Yeah, had a great workout with them. Said Tommy and West, they expressed some interest in him then. You know, said he complimented the team well. Some things he said he wants to get better at. You know, making plays off the dribble. You know, making the defense accountable in all situations. Again, he touched on him playing with high-level guys in college, being able to find his niche. You know, amongst other talented players. You know, he just said just want to add floor spacing. Wants to attack defense from behind the arc. And then he just kind of talked about his college career. Said he came back for the senior season because he wanted to make sure he was ready to contribute in the NBA right away. Which is, I mean, that's a great mindset for your player to have. You just want to make sure you develop as much as possible before you make that leap. But again, man, he just had a great workout with the Wizards, and it was at that point it kind of felt like that's the direction they were going. But of course, nothing is guaranteed until your name is called. But and then just kind of touched on his relationship with Rui, how they played 2 years together at Gonzaga, and that chemistry that they built during that time was forward to continue on it. So man, yeah, it looks like the Wizards got a good one. You know, so hopefully everything works out.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the fans have to say about this tonight. As a whole. We're on the 27th pick. Mine going to get to these jobs. Top of the second round. Brooklyn back to 2 o'clock. The 27th pick. They select James Thomas. I gotta make my money until the game roll. Y'all go ahead and talk about the pick.
Man, shout out to the Boo Williams, a legend, man, alone, man. Look, man, we all know who he is, man. You know, just about that. You he always reminded me a lot of Lou Williams. Young Lou Williams, Clippers Lou Williams. You know what I mean? Just uh, come off the bench, you give him anywhere from 20 to 30. I think he's gonna start in the league and be one of those type of dudes who get buckets and get score. And the Nets offense, and then you learn it from Steve Nash, and you learn it from Kyrie. And like, you educate your ass, man. That offense is tailor made to his skill set, man. I know he's about 6'3", but he's fearless. He can score in a variety of ways. He's what I call professional scorer. He can put the ball in the bucket, man. I don't care what you do, he's gonna find a way, man. He's hitting floaters, left hand, right hand, up and unders, post, man. How do you want it, man? I can give it to you any kind of way. How do you want it? That's him. He's one of those players, man. So, I'm happy for him. Virginia guy. He did it. He came in, did what he had to do. I think he adds more depth into that backcourt, especially. Let's keep it real. That's injury history for Harden and Kyrie at times. And he's somebody that can come in and still keep the ship rolling and get buckets to keep the pressure off KD. And when and provides depth. What I'm saying? They don't have to kill themselves in the regular season and let the young get some reps and stuff so that he's ready for playoff time when it gets real. So it's a perfect fit, man. And I'm just happy.
Yeah, man, this is a match made to happen on both sides. And we already know what Brooklyn MO is. They trying to put up 150. And Cam going help. If they're able to keep Dinwiddie like that, this is going to be a problem, man. Like I said, he's a professional scorer. It's not much you won't be able to do with that, especially with what's surrounding him. So yeah, that was it's probably the best place for him to land.
The Sixers on the clock next.
Oh man.
They really used to have right? Like you were talking about Dinwiddie, some of the stuff that's important about him contract wise, might be like, we're making services. It's not to say the young man does something he does, just saying like the type of talent he has, it's a professional sport. Bottom line, it's a nice thing to But you got the Sixers on the clock. You get closer and closer to the end of the first round. He's going to be wild to go back and look at. He's going to go out to go back and get all these players and pick it up. I'm still stuck on. So I'm stuck on the last two picks. Highland and King Thomas. Respect both of the name spots. After.
I like it, man. I like the parody. I like that it's unpredictable. You know what I mean? I like that. Guys are getting rewarded for getting it done. You don't see a lot of potential picks in the first round. It's guys that produce. And that's how it should be. And that's how it should be. Guys that earn it, they get injected, and they get opportunities, man. It's some pieces that we thought might go in the first round. They're still on the board. You know what I mean? So that tells you how deep his draft is. And when we mean deep, it doesn't mean that it may be like a whole bunch of Hall of Famers, like say 96 or 84 or 2003. That's not what we're saying. But it's a strong depth where guys come in and contribute. When we looking back, it's like, hey, it's a lot of starting guys, role play, rotation guys that making an impact. You know what I'm saying? I had the pleasure going up to the draft in 2015, and I looked up, and obviously it's laid by Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns, but then you look at Porzingis, you look at Okafor, Pat Connaughton, Bob Portis, It's a myriad of guys. Campaign. It's a Kelly Oubre, Stanley Johnson. I can keep going. It's a lot of guys that have made their names in the league and key rotational pieces for a team. And that's what you will see in this draft, man. You know what I'm saying? This draft got what you need, man. The hustling draft got what you need. So if you draft it well, you know what I'm saying, you can come up. Now if you BS and you was lazy to scouts or the scouts don't know what they're doing or heck, the front office don't know who to pick, you can stand yourself up. But it's time here, and there's gonna be a lot of talent left in the second round as well.
Yeah, this is a draft where you got to try to mess your pickup. Because like Cardell said, it's a lot of talent spread evenly up and down the board. So yeah, man, it would take some effort to completely whiff. Unless of course we can't tell the future, but for the most part, it seems like a lot of these guys, like you said, have already produced, are already proven in some way, and it's not just kind of people trying to hit blind home runs. Like I mean, I said before, this is an extremely deep draft, and I'm enjoying it so far. A couple of surprises, but that's always a good thing. When it's kind of boring when things go exactly as predicted. I like to see some fireworks every now and then. But yeah, man, I look forward to seeing these guys develop in the league, man. It's going to be fun to watch them grow in the NBA.
I think the Sixers made their pick. I believe it was David Stringer.
Jalen Springer. 3 score. He can play defend. Can shoot the ball. He's very physical. He's really packing the budget. Long 6'8" wingspan. But at 6'3", I'm not sure if he can play point guard. He might be just somebody else to come in and help him score the ball. But I don't know if you can put the ball in his hands and say retain. That's going to be iffy. And that's the other part of what happens when you move Ben Simmons, who run the team. They're not looking at that. All they're looking at is the shooting goals. And don't get me wrong, you got to, it's been talked about. He got to get over that ball and shoot that ball. You saw Giannis, he goes 100. He's still jacking, dog. So you got to have that mentality. You can't worry about failing. That's the only issue. But, I'm not sure if this guy's ready to run the team, but all yeah, he is right now. Another score and another defender. And that's pretty much what they look for you to do when you come in as a rookie, especially a team that was trying to defend the championship last year. So I definitely like the pick. Maybe he develops and learn how to run the team, and then that becomes second nature. We'll see.
Right.
Yeah, I think him not being, really solid at the lead guard spot is his biggest detriment right now. Is maybe the only gap in his game, because he can definitely get the ball in the basket. He defends at a high level. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out with all these Ben Simmons because he'll probably be forced into that role out of necessity. Because they just don't have anybody else to do it, and I'm not sure how that would hamper his development. With not giving reasonable time to just kind of naturally develop those skills. So yeah, man, we'll see. But yeah, man, it's talent-wise, great pick. He does give them some things that they need, including more shooting and another defender. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Phoenix is on the block. For Phoenix, you're looking at the board career, what jumps out at it?
Jericho Sale.
Yeah.
Need another athletic big to help DeAndre Ayton, man. I know you got to get Smith waiting on the
More
wings.
developed and physically.
Yeah, you need some. Yeah, you know they exploited that. That's how the Buck. That was key for the Bucks, man. They wore DeAndre Ayton down. They kept throwing Lopez and Giannis at him. I know Jay Smith is waiting in the wings, but I'm not sure he's that. He might be more of a complimentary stretch big, whatnot. But I'm looking for athletic big to do all the dirty work and stuff like that. Take pressure off the court, so he does that, operate low, high post. And also to help protect him from the rebound as well, because he was trying, he just got gas. You know, it's tough dealing with two all-star caliber big man. You know, they forget Brook Lopez was an all-star, so and then you deal with him on the biggest stage in your first time in the playoffs. That's tough, man. You got to keep things in perspective, man. And all things considered, he played with him, but he need help down there with a big that can, athletically, deal with other bigs and stuff like that. And take pressure off him when he don't have to deal with them. Like you go Jericho Sanders, I'll put you on Giannis.
Right.
Like you take those fouls, or before you even get to him next year, Anthony Davis. When he come back out to guys like that. When he come back out to guys like that. So that's who I was at.
I kind of like that a lot. Because upon him entering the building, he's the second most physically ready big on that team. It's the second most physical big on that team. Also the ways little on the finesse side after 8. It's a nice way to say it, right? So yeah, and obviously the run for CB3. The book last season is big, man. It's easy like. Do the dirty work on one end every once in a while. Can't work with it. I think it'll be great. Great was to say you were Phoenix. Or another Phoenix here, right?
Yeah, Jericho Sanders will be a nice look right here. I mean, he's seen what that boy do, jumping on the court. Like that's gonna be tough to deal with. Trying to go down there and get layups. And yeah, just another big body, like I said, it's still Aiden kind of giving some help down there. So depth is the main thing.
In the trade, well, describe that. You go ahead, Wilson. You got it.
No, I'm good. Trying to go ahead.
The Nets traded Landry Shamet to Phoenix, and for the 29th pick. That's what I'm saying, man.
They want to start.
And they just selected Davon Sharp out of North Carolina.
So he's going to the Nets?
Yes. 6'11" big.
I'm curious. I need a moment.
Hey. Giannis for a lot of people, dog. Giannis got people sick. They're like, yo, we gotta get some bigs, man. I gotta deal with you for the next 10 years, man.
No, I'm not mad at them. I'm just sitting there looking at the teams above them, like, for sure they need bigs. But it's like, you let them get two things,
They need.
Yeah.
And they're already on my
that's what I'm saying. Like, they were a big toe away from knocking the ball, not being there for and you let them go add to their front line. Like, here, Nick Claxton, you're not the only bouncy big. Here's someone with more people on their road. Hey, I know sometimes Kyrie James, sometimes in and out of the lineup. Here's a flamethrower and Cam Thomas.
And he there with the bigs. Claxton. And he a big boy. He's 6'11", 55. Look, man. I was saying all year. Look, they getting pieces to deal with the pieces the area they were weak at. Building Embiid and Giannis.
That's the thing. Like I said, if you get enough bodies to even slow that down, well, yeah,
and the Hawks.
Well, yeah, no.
And you got to throw Bam in there too. I mean, look, you don't have bigs, you don't have a chance. I don't care how good your guard plays.
And then the other thing is, one, not only did it build him a business, there's a different body type of business too. And where you're going, right? Because not knocking that it's the end all be all, but some of the guys, no matter what they be all, but some of the guys have to wait a couple years before they have to wait a couple years before they bring you in, right? Bring you in. But other guys, and some of the other guys, we step in it, man, and it's just a matter of what can you do. So I'm just interested in that dynamic in terms of where teams are going. Yeah, man. Just looking at what's next. I just had a crazy thought. To keep it to myself for the walk six. Because my last crazy thought ended up being Ken Thomas, so I'm gonna relax. But I know for another lawyer still there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go ahead and do that.
Hold on, is Jared Butler still on the bill?
Yeah, from Baylor.
Yeah.
I think that I just think his health issues scared a lot of people.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll be doing you guys shortly. So about the end of this first month. All right, Utah, I think it's the 30th pick of the first round. Making this selection. Just a reminder to go through some comments. If you guys don't have a whole bunch of comments by the time we finish, take care of who's here. And what we can do is get us on social. And if there's enough comments and things you want to get through, we'll revisit this another night. We still this is just the first half of a long night for us. So that starts at 12:40. So it's on y'all. We'll take care of your comments, but Santi Aldama from New Orleans, Maryland, to the Utah Jazz. First team on paper, usually. Okay. All right, we get Carlos to sign his notes. But Ray with the Jazz, your initial thoughts about this pick, this selection, if any?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as Cardell right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, Cardell's ready. Here we go on YouTube.
I mean, I checked him out. I checked him out on film. Obviously, the pandemic kept us from going to the gyms last year. 16 kid, he got experience overseas, solid full scorer. He can shoot the ball. He has such big potential. He can score off ball motion. You know what I'm saying? When he don't have the ball in his hands, then screens, moving without the ball, coming off screens, curls, and stuff like that. He passed the ball. He's a solid rebounder. And he's a willing shot blocker. I'm not going to say he's good or elite, but he's willing. He got to improve his efficiency shooting the ball. He got to be stronger with the ball because when he feels contact, he's turnover prone. He definitely struggles with this down the perimeter. And even though he's an international kid, he hasn't played against top level competition. Obviously, with all due respect, playing at Yolo, they ain't exactly playing in the ACC or the Big Ten. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They ain't only an average athlete. Um, this is a very interesting pick for the Jets, but then again, they have a bunch of guys in that mold that thrive like
I was
Eagles.
gonna ask you, is it like a Georges Yang type shit
Who?
on the wrestling level?
Who?
Jordan Yang, that's on the list.
No.
No.
Naeem's more athletic and stronger. This guy's thin. He's not as strong. He's not a, even though Naeem's not a athlete. This guy, I mean, he's athletic, but he's not somebody just athletic, but he's not somebody just jump out the gym. This guy's not even Naeem. You know what I'm saying? He's more skill big. That's what I'm saying. He's more he's like a taller Ingles. He's in more in that mode. You know what I mean? But he's just taller. But I don't know if he's as tough or as crafty as Ingles is. You know what I mean? That's the thing, because Ingles played teams from him before he came over here. So that's an interesting pick. I think this shot a lot of people first round. Yeah, this is very interesting. We're gonna see how it goes, man. Yeah, this is a shocker.
And Milwaukee picks next to close the first round.
That's what it was.
Oh man.
I'll give y'all last little comments.
Who is that? Hey man, I get Jared. What's up?
You took the Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Man, you know what? People deserve it. That's what I'm mad with. Yeah. People deserve it.
So Memphis is sending number 4 and 2 future seconds to Utah for the number 30 pick. So I assume that Adama's going to Memphis. That's what I'm saying. It don't make sense. So
Okay, so say it again. Who was the trade?
Memphis is sending up the number 40 pick and 2 future seconds to Utah for number 30, which was Santi Adama. That's what I mean. So that's interesting. Like I said,
Wonders. Yeah.
first round pick. That's interesting. We gonna see though. Very interesting.
It's a bold strategy, Cop. We're going to revisit this.
Shout out to Utah. I haven't had an opportunity to say that all night, right? It's gonna have to happen. Waiting on Milwaukee to see what they do at 30.
Boy.
What 31 or something.
Hold up. So Bucks ain't had the first round pick.
Nah, the Bucks. This is their first round pick. You said the Bucks?
Yeah.
This is their first round pick, right?
No, this is the first pick and second.
That's the first pick, second round?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah, and that's why you kept saying it. I'm like, I don't see.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sure. My bad.
So did they trade that pick? Because I thought leading up to the draft.
It might. Yeah, I think so. I think with the Drew Holiday trade.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This beginning of the second round.
All right. Okay. Start going picks now.
Y'all got to forgive us, man. This oozing all smell good. Is right next to us. I'm tired.
I can smell 3 different bags of food.
So,
I might mess up and be like, man, the chicken wing with the pick. You know what I'm saying? You just don't know. Bro. I'm always say that, man. Collard greens, look, man.
with the third pick in the first round. All right. Teammates are just going through the talks. It's about the Western trade.
Okay.
You guys share some news before we get out of here. So, what you guys think of that?
I like the fact that they got deeper. You know, they needed to struggle the bench. They needed to get some pieces. They obviously freed up Russ and their contract was all what it was, and their contract was a mother. So, and Russ is on the other side of his career, still effective. I don't want the cold coming after me. You know, this is still effective, but on the other side, he's in a position to win. He's trying to win right now, so they did him a solid. What's his name? Isaiah Todd makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Definitely makes sense. Baltimore kid. You know, I know we gonna get back to Russ. You know, the Wizards drafted Isaiah Todd in the second round. Baltimore area kid. He's coming home. They need another athletic big. We've been saying that all throughout last season and all season. They got to show that front line, and that's exactly what they're doing. Like I said, Tommy making some good picks, man. I can't lie. You know, he's doing his thing. Because going back to Russ, they had to get him under that contract, and they did Russ a solid. They ain't just saying on purpose or. But going back to Russ, they had contracted to a team that's on the. And he's home. He's back home in California. He's back home in California. So it was a win-win for everybody. If I'm Bill can't even be mad at this day, man. They you know, the Wizards put in work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about. They're trying to keep Bill happy and get him to stay here, finish his, at least his prime years as a Wizard. So you know, tonight they did a good job. I can't even lie.
All right, ready to go on Western Trade?
Yeah, that was best case scenario, to be honest. They unloaded the contract and then got some value in return. They got another first round pick out the deal. You know, they came to the draft with one pick. So yes, it's they got another first round pick and they got some veteran pieces. So yeah, man, that was a solid move. And like Ardell said, you know, they're pretty much they're courting Bradley Beal. You know, they see the mistake. So front office did their part so far. And now things got to go the right way on the court. And that's when Brad's part comes in, as well as the rest of the team. So yeah, man, it's you know, you hate to see Westbrook go. You know, he came here and played the shot out last year. They had the season on one leg. But you know, business decisions.
Hey, we told you guys, the decision we made, things would happen. Obviously, none of us predicted exactly how this would play out. But like you all said, clearly things to try to do what you need to do to keep Brad here. And they shoved up with that enough. They still have a little bit more shoving to do. But you know, we'll see how that happens. If it happens this week, but it's a good start. Should be a great start.
Trez is part of that trade too, right?
You said what?
Trez.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to look.
I think so.
Trez, Bakuma, and Carl Pope. He's part of the trade. So I mean, like I said, that's bad with Rui. That's made Rui make a leap, man. Like, he looking good in the Olympics, man. You know what I'm saying? I know he like it's the Olympics, but whatever, man. He's playing with ultimate confidence, and he showed flashes of that in the place against Philly, man. And, I mean, they got deeper, and that's what you have to do. So we were like, I think we were the only people in DC that felt like they can make the playoffs last year. So. You know, we definitely expect them to try to make another run a day. You know, the division is crazy. You know, low key, people catch on, but I'm interested to see what version of Kuzma the Wizards are getting. Is it going to be the last year version, where he was kind of feeling himself, or is it going to be the more hungry Kuzma we saw at the beginning of his career? You know, I think he's a pro. He's going to be where he going to come in and do work. Trey's don't know nothing else but playing hard, so he gonna make an impact. Kuzma's the key, you know what I'm saying? So if he plays with himself and play like Kuz did his first couple years, it could take the Wizards on. It could take them a long way. And obviously you add Trez to that mix with Gafford and TB, that shores up your front line. You see what I'm saying? So I like the trade, man, and I like the fact that they did run solid. They gave him the respect he deserved and let him go. Go back home and actually have a chance to compete for a championship.
All right, and this is from Troy. Well, let's go. We're really excited about that. On the right. Some good assets for the post. Very well-run team.
Oh man. Say Ernie name gets our credentials revoked. You can't say that. You can't say that around some people, man. But Nah, man, we look. We always give respect to Russ, man. That's not it. But the Wizards not in the position to win the championship. Even with the move they made, this is what it is. So again, Tommy did him a solid, show the proper respect, and which y'all don't and see showing a veteran like that proper respect by sending him to a team where he can get tan and stuff like that, and not just sending him to purgatory just to get some players. Other players around the league see that. So the Wizards reach out, they feel more comfortable talking to this organization than in years past. You know what I mean? So that was just a good move, and you got some key pieces in return. They ain't just get robbed and send Russell Westbrook, all NBA All Star caliber guard, to the Lakers for like 2 second round picks or something like that. You know what I mean? Which I would have just cut off my computer and went home because I couldn't take it. But
I'm trying to go back and see. Some people say, remember when the Wizards supposed to fit at 22? They traded back. Some of them saying they got Aaron Holiday off the Pacers.
you said who?
They're saying someone said they got Aaron Holiday off the Pacers. The Wizards did when they traded back from 22. I'm trying to see if that's back to it. I was just trying to ask if you knew.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
They said that they traded out of 22. And that's how they got 31. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to go back.
They drafted was it Isaiah Jackson?
Isaiah Jackson. And they send him or it was not. Looks like the Clippers got Jason Preston, but again, we're get into a lot more of this. Draft and having to take the overall look at other things and everybody. Because trying to piece it back together right now, all I see is Woj shares tweets and everything is not all negative. So for Ray, Cardell, myself, and obviously the great here at Aahhs and Aahhs, happy to be back here this year with another draft program. Looking forward to next year as well. Guys, have a good evening, and we'll see you guys in a few hours. USA Women's Takeover Japan. The game starts at 12. We'll see you somewhere between that sweet spot of 2 and 3 a.m. See you guys soon.